Welcome to ice-cold Foxborough, Massachusetts. For the final game of the regular season, it's the Miami Dolphins taking on the New England Patriots. Let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture, and the Dolphins are safely into the playoffs. But with Buffalo just a game in front of them, the Dolphins still could be AFC Eastern Division champions, and that's what they're playing for today. I'm Jim Donovan along with Dan Hampton. It's nice to be with you today. The Dolphins, with a couple of good things happening their way, they could be the champions of the East.
Well, that is the key. Buffalo has to lose to Houston, but they have to win here today against New England to control their division. Not only do they want to control their division and win it, they want to win with some confidence. And how do they get that confidence? By scoring on offense. Now, recently they've had an awful lot of problems. Only 5 touchdowns in the last 22 quarters. So it'll be important for Marino and crew to get some points early.
All right, they're going to have to do it in ice-cold weather, as I said right at the top. And let's take a look at the weather conditions right now. And as you look at those, let me tell you, it is 80 degrees down in Miami. It's only 18 here today.
Well, you know, you wonder how long it's going to take these players to get acclimated to these conditions. An hour-and-a-half workout yesterday, it should help, but they've got all the gear. They should be okay.
Mark Higgs goes for 1,000 yards. He's 108 away.
Well, the key to that is I think it's important to Mark Higgs, but more importantly, I think it's important to the Dolphin offense. They want to say, hey, we're going into the playoffs, and we've got a bunch of guys that can run the football.
All right, the Patriots now welcome Dick McPherson back to the sidelines. His first game back as head coach since back at the beginning of November. Serious intestinal ailment, had surgery, but he's glad to be back. He will not be totally involved in running the show here today. He will make some decisions on 4th down and short yardage situations, and he'll clock management and timeouts and when they're going to call them, but still the staff is going to be handled by the team spokesman, the man right there in front of McPherson, and that was Dante Scarnecchia. And Don Shula trying to get his team ready and playing very well before the playoffs begin, and we are set to go as we kick it off here from Foxborough. The Patriots to receive. John Vaughn is back deep, takes it at the 5. He returned 100 yards last week against the Bengals. And he brings it to the 25, and he is dumped down there at the 25-yard line. Odom is in on the tackle for the Dolphins, and it's 1st and 10 for the New England Patriots. And this is Jeff Carlson coming out for his 2nd start as a Patriot, his 3rd career start in the NFL. Vaughn starts in the backfield for the injured Leonard Russell. And you look at the Patriots, they'll try and run the ball first and then go to those wide receivers. Their offensive line is banged up. Calvin Stevens gets the start at left guard. And the Patriots, that's their offensive starting lineup as they get set 1st and 10 over their own 25-yard line. Stevens and Vaughn in the backfield. Vaughn tries to take it to the outside and fumbles it right away, and it's picked up by the Dolphins. Incredible start. The ball is picked up by Jarvis Williams. And Miami has the ball inside the New England 20 at the 19-yard line.
You know, an awful lot of times you get in these cold environments and you kind of take it for granted that you're used to it. Here we're going to see Jeff Carlson, the quarterback, take it, try to hand off to John Vaughn. Somehow they miss connection here. Looks like John Vaughn was trying to break it outside and never really got the ball into that pocket that he had formed there with his arms. It was just a sloppy handoff. Ball for the Dolphins.
What a terrible start for the Patriots. Miami picks up the fumble. Williams recovers inside the New England 20. Marino will throw on 1st down. He has all the time in the world and dumps it off, and Keith Jackson cannot hang on at the 13-yard line. Tim Gordon was on the coverage, but Marino had a chance to actually just direct everybody into a situation where he wanted them to go to. Here's the Dolphin offense. Marino has Higgs and Page in the backfield. Duper, a healthy Mark Clayton, and Keith Jackson, who just suffered a rare drop. Along the offensive line, Webb and Sims, Ulenek, Galbraith, and Dellenbach make up the Miami offensive line. They've given up 27 sacks this year of Dan Marino, but he told us yesterday he still feels they're playing very well in front of him. 2nd down and 10. No score. Miami gets a big turnover, though, on the Patriots' first offensive play. Higgs is hit in the backfield and dumped back to the 21. He's going to need a little bit more now, Dan, than 108 yards.
Well, it looks like Brent Williams, the right defensive end, did a great job swimming the left tackle, Richmond Webb, hitting him in the backfield, forcing this 3rd and short.
Patriots have problems at linebacker. Lockhart is in for the injured Vincent Brown. David Howard replaces Chris Singleton. And the front seven, when it is healthy, it's pretty good. Henderson, Hurst, Gordon, and Robbins, a young secondary, except for Robbins, who's a 9-year veteran in the NFL. It's third down for Miami now. Third down and very long. 3rd and 13 over the 20, trying to cash in after the New England turnover. A high snap, but he pulled it down. The pass for Clayton, incomplete, almost intercepted in the end zone. Holding his head is Randy Robbins. And they'll have to settle for 3, exactly what they didn't want to have happen.
Well, Randy Robbins should kick himself. He had a Dan Marino gift-wrap interception here. Marino looks like he goes through the second guy, which is Clayton, on a slant. Just threw it high. It looked like it floated on him. Randy should have had that one.
Pete Stoyanovich is coming in to attempt the field goal as Robbins is consoled on the Patriot bench. 2 interceptions, and as Dan pointed out, maybe should have had number 3 there. Stoyanovich on the year, 27 of 34. He kicked the game-winning field goal with 7 seconds left last week to beat the Jets, but he had missed an extra point that almost lost the game for them. Mitchell holds, and the 38-yard field goal attempt is good, and the Dolphins jump out 3-0. The John Vaughn fumble on the first Patriots offensive play ends up with 3 on the board for the Dolphins. We'll be right back. Pete Stoyanovich connected on a 38-yard field goal, but it is an icy track. Watch him on the plant and kick here, Dan.
Well, on that end of the field, it's been in the shade most of the day, and it's going to remain very slick and hard because that sun hasn't been able to warm it up.
And you know, he didn't get a lot of height on the ball, but he got enough to get it over the crossbar. And so Miami leads by a score of 3-0 on the Stoyanovich field goal. And there's the man that really gave them that field goal, John Vaughn, who fumbled on the first play.
Well, you know, it looks like it was just sloppy attention to detail. He made a cut right when the quarterback Carlson was giving him the ball. You have to make sure that the little things are taken care of in this kind of weather.
Short kick by Stoyanovich. Vaughn takes it up by his numbers at the 6. It's Lockwood, rather, and Lockwood takes it out over the 30, out to the 35-yard line. It'll be first down there for the New England Patriots. As Carlson gets set to bring the Patriots offense out for their second time, the Dolphin defense now, and we didn't get a chance to meet them because they were only out on the field for 1 play, but it's been a very good defense. It's been a defense, I think, that's really gotten them to where they are right now.
Well, the last 7 weeks, they've played excellent football, and it's in large part to a lot of young faces up there we'll get to later.
Good secondary. Vincent Brown, Williams, and Oliver. Oliver picked up the fumble on the first play. First down, New England. Good field position. Lockwood brought it out to the 35, and Lockwood carries here, and it's out to the 35 again, and a penalty flag goes down.
Well, I was watching on that last play a matchup we're going to key on most of the day, Jim, and that's going to be the left tackle, Pat Harlow, playing against the rookie Marco Coleman. It looks like Coleman took a good inside move. Harlow just tackled him, brought him to the ground, forcing the penalty.
Here's referee Tom White.
Holding, 77 offense, 10 yards, still first down.
Now that's going to be something we're going to watch all day because Marco Coleman, not big, but extremely powerful. You'll see him being double teamed in what they call a slam block. Tight end engage you, the tackle tries to hook you. He fell to the inside. Harlow just drug him down. Pretty good call.
And the penalty brings them back to the 25-yard line now. Big Pat Harlow, top draft choice last year for the Patriots out of Southern Cal, playing over on the left side now. Last year he played right tackle for them. On the run, the Patriots run it. It's Lockwood again, and he gets nothing. Miami completely shutting down the run there as Griggs is in on the tackle, along with Klingbeil and Jeff Cross. So it will be second down and long for the Patriots.
You know, you come into the last game of the season, and yeah, obviously the Dolphins have some place to go. They're going to the playoffs. These guys, New England, have really nowhere to go, and it's going to be interesting to see how their team gets up and tries to play today. Are they going to play for next season, or are they just going to play to get back outside the stadium, get in their car, and go home for the year?
Here's Carlson now, back out, starting last week against Cincinnati. He was only 6 for 20 in that game. Patriots on second down now, and 19 to go for a first down. Lockwood out to the 34, to the 35-yard line, which will be the original line of scrimmage before their holding penalty. He's tackled on the play by Dwight Hollier.
Brought down by Lewis Oliver.
You know, we're looking right there at the Dolphins. It looks like what they're trying to do is they're going to the molded rubber cleat bottom rather than the 7 studs. Now, those 7 studs, they work good in mud, but when you get on a hard surface like this where the field isn't frozen in an awful lot of places, you're going to have to use this type of shoe right here, Jim, because it'll bite a little bit and give you a lot better footing.
3rd down and 10. No shotgun for Carlson. Dolphins showing blitz, but they back off. 3rd and 10. He goes long down the field, and it's incomplete. Intended for Walter Stanley down at the Miami 40-yard line. And Stanley looking for an interference call, but he will not get a flag on the play, and the Patriots will punt.
Well, I think it's important to go ahead and try to stretch that defense out so they will be able to run. Here, you see Stanley working isolated there on the defensive back by himself. Oliver a little bit late coming over. If the ball would have been delivered, it could have been a pretty good play.
Dick McPherson talking with Irving Fears and Carlson as they huddle up after the Patriots offense leaves. And Sean McCarthy's been a busy guy. He's been a good punter for them this year, and with this offense, he's had a lot of opportunity to punt. Scott Miller is back deep for the Dolphins. Snap is high, and he just got it away. J.B. Brown almost blocked it. Fair catch called for at the 30, and Miller makes the catch, and he's arguing a bit that he didn't get the proper room to make the catch as Rod Smith was right in his face. Miami gets the ball back for their second opportunity. They lead on a Stojanovic field goal, 3-0.
If you look right here, Jim, you can see number 37, J.B. Brown, smart guy that he is. He knows that the shortest distance between 2 points is straight away. Most punts are blocked straight up the middle. There, J.B. Brown makes a big move, almost a block.
He almost got right through Sam Gash and got to the punter on 1st down, Higgs, the 3-yard line. Higgs is coming into the game. He started the day needing 108 yards. Dan Marino and the rest of the Dolphins would love to see him get it. They really do want a 1,000-yard rusher.
Well, you know, it's funny. You're going into the playoffs. You're trying to build some kind of momentum. You know, it looks good on paper, and you get a little confidence when you say, hey, we've got a 1,000-yard rusher. We can run the ball if we have to. If weather's bad, we can still do it.
On 2nd down and 7. Miami leading 3-0 on a 38-yard field goal by Stojanovic. Higgs breaks a tackle, and he'll bring it out short to the 40-yard line. Tim Goad and Randy Robbins team up on the tackle of Higgs at the 39. And it looks like he is just shy of a 1st down as Dan Marino's over there surveying it.
What they're trying to do here is stretch the defense. All those big offensive linemen just take a step to their left, come off, engage people on that slick surface, and let Higgs kind of squirt through there. Worked pretty good. Got about 8 or 9 yards there.
And a great block by the tight end Keith Jackson, who tied up Andre Tippett. It's 3rd down and 1.
You don't really have to block today. Just get in the way.
The updated stats, 892 coming into the game for Higgs. 3rd and 1. Higgs again. It will be a 1st down. He pushes out to the 42-yard line. They've been running left, and for the first time they go to the right. Maurice Hurst is in on the tackle for the Patriots, along with Tim Gordon.
Here you're going to see a good surge by the center of that Dolphin line. Now, you know, a lot of people don't give them credit. They are pretty good run blockers, but when you got a guy like Dan Marino behind you, you're not asked to do that an awful lot. But I think it's important that they do get this ground game going today and get that 1,000 for Higgy.
1st down, Miami. 9:40 to go here in the 1st quarter. They lead 3-0. Right back to Higgs. Into New England territory, down to the 49-yard line. Gordon and Robbins, the 2 safeties, have to make the tackle, and when the safeties are making the tackle, then you know that the running game is working.
Well, if you look right in the middle of the screen, you see Tim Goad, the nose tackle. Now, Tim Goad, number 72 there, you see him. He's stretching that, taking on a double team. Now, watch him spin back, almost making an excellent play. Just a little bit high there. Higgs able to run through that arm tackle, but hey, it's not because of Tim Goad's lack of effort that this New England team hasn't played well this year.
Higgs now with 20 yards rushing in the game. 2nd down and 1. He gets out of a tackle there. He got away from Johnny Rembert, and he'll get a 1st down to the New England 45-yard line. Jerome Henderson and Eugene Lockhart make the stop on Higgs.
You know, it was always funny as a defensive player, you know, and when you play in this type of weather, your hands and feet get very cold, obviously. And when you're making tackles, you need to grab cloth. And a guy like Higgs, he's a little bowling ball kind of guy. I think we're going to see him break an awful lot of tackles today because those fingers are cold, those hands are cold. They won't be able to grab him. He'll keep his feet going. He'll break a lot more tackles than you would have realized because of the weather.
This drive has been all Higgs. Nobody else has touched the ball. It's been Marino handing to Higgs on every play. Now the play action fake and the throw and the catch down at the 35-yard line as it's Mark Duper over there making his first grab of the day. He'll be up near a first down at the 36.
Now, normally, when you have the running game going pretty well, what you want to do is run that play action and throw the ball back across the middle. A lot of times those safeties become very interested in the fact that they're having to come up and force the running plays. You can catch them guessing and get somebody behind them. Dan opted for just a simple out.
Let's see what he does here now. 2nd down and 1. Might play with the down a little bit here.
We call it a throwaway.
Although the last time he gave it to Higgs, and they go right back to Higgs. And he's going to struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. In fact, he'll lose a yard. Brent Williams got him down at the ankles, which is probably the best spot to bring Higgs down by today. And David Howard is there, too. So they are going to come up 3rd down and still short yardage.
Well, it looks like the Dolphins threw away a great attempt at making a first down. Here, they're just trying to run that stretch play. New England has a very active group of linebackers. There we see Howard, number 99. Remember, a bunch of those guys up in there fighting, hitting people, jamming up those stretch holes.
Defensive coordinator Joe Collier prowling the sideline right now, wearing that towel around his neck, asking his defense to dig in on 3rd down and a little bit more than 1.5. Higgs to the outside, won't get it. Good play, shooting through. Agnew gets in there. Ray Agnew to make the tackle.
Great play by Eugene Lockhart, who is starting today for Vincent Brown, who went on IR because of a bad knee. You will see Eugene Lockhart, number 51, right on the right of your screen. Now watch him run through. This is what a linebacker is supposed to do. Fill and fill big. Watch him knocking the back sideways. You cannot draw it up on the chalkboard any finer than that. Great play by Eugene Lockhart,
who had left the field in celebration and was told to come back out now on this punt play. As Roby is in to punt it away, and Shula can't like that drive because they were moving well. Look at this punt straight up in the air. If it bounces the wrong way, it could be a negative punt. How do you explain that? We're going to have to watch and see where that landed and spun back, because that could be almost close to a 0-yard punt on that one. 1 yard on the punt by Roby.
Now, this guy is from Iowa. You'd think he's used to punting the ball in some cold weather from back when he played college ball. It looks like he's trying to pooch kick it. What happens, they just drop it right on the crown of the foot and kind of half pop it. Doesn't look like it gets much of a pooch on it.
Oh, what a lonely feeling. 3-0 Dolphins. It seems incredible, doesn't it? 1-yard punt, but it was. Roby mishit one and put it straight up in the air, Dan.
Well, again, we'll take a look at it. It looks like he stood around and his foot got cold. Instead of pooch kicking it, it just was a big dog. There's really no explanation. He knows it. You got to finish. Even when the weather's bad like this, you got to finish the swing with that leg.
Kind of wondering there, was he deciding whether or not he was going to change shoe? He was holding up something in a wingtip, I believe. First down for the Patriots. Boy, it looked like they would be hemmed in after Miami punting in their New England territory, but not so. The catch is made, and that's Coates, the tight end, and Ben Coates rumbles up the sidelines, and he'll have a first down into Miami territory at the 49.
Well, see, that's the kind of pass you want your young, inexperienced quarterback to throw, something easy, get a little confidence. Ben Coates, the second tight end, they've got Cook, the Pro Bowler. Well, a lot of times, if you're the second tight end, people forget about you. Here, Ben Coates gets out in the flat, makes a real nifty little move right here. Again, another missed tackle. We're going to see 1,000 missed tackles today because a lot of folks don't want to get those fingers around that cloth and get them tore up.
Well, Coach wanted the ball coming his way more. He thought coming into the season he'd have a big year catching the ball, but it hasn't been so. The Dolphins come off. Let's see if they were drawn off by the Patriots, but you had Coleman in there, and you had Klingbeil in there, and you also had Cox coming across the line of scrimmage, so we'll try and decipher and see who did jump off.
Well, it's hard to say. It kind of looks like it was encroachment on defense.
Encroachment, number 99.
Right.
5 yards, still first down.
Well, we're watching the left guard, number 68, Cal Stevens, is doing a pretty good job on Klingbeil, number 99. There, Sergeant Rock was trying to get a little quick jump on the ball. He drew his buddy Marco Coleman off with him.
So Klingbeil cost the Dolphins 5 yards, and it's first down and 5 now for New England. Inside the Miami 45-yard line, they trail 3-0. Carlson to John Stevens. Changed directions and turns and twists, and I think he's got a New England first down inside the 40.
You know, that's a guy I don't think, you know, New England has given the ball to enough this year. You know, I've seen New England play 3 different times. We've called John Stevens' name very, very seldomly. And the point is, when you have a talent like this, you've got to give him opportunities. You know, a guy like Stevens with his ability, I give him the ball 25 times a game.
Well, you know, remember the year after when he came into the league, after you guys had knocked them off in the Super Bowl, Stevens was the entire Patriots offense. I can remember them playing in a playoff game up in Denver, and he was the only guy that touched the ball. He only had 238 yards rushing coming into this game. It was a first down, and the Patriots now have put some pretty good plays together. Good fake by Carlson, looking for Fryer. And the ball hung up there, and J.B. Brown almost intercepted it in the end zone. Irving Fryer was wide open, Dan.
Well, once again, you see the big play possibilities of Irving Fryer. A guy like that with the speed, I think you have to stretch the defense with him. There you see Fryer. Hey, he's got a big cushion, and he still runs by J.B. Brown. Now, if the ball was delivered on time, it was 6, but you throw it north into that wind. There's like a prevailing wind coming off of that complex behind the goal there. You won't get the ball to fall as quickly. There, J.B. made a good move, catching up, making a play.
J.B. Brown gets a help from the weather there with the strong wind blowing in the face of Carlson. The ball hangs. McMurtry is in motion on 2nd and 10. This is Lockwood, and Lockwood gets nailed. Big hit by Dwight Hollier, the linebacker, who's filling in for John Offerdahl and doing a great job. Don Shula told us yesterday this kid's been playing great ball.
Well, he has, and you know, last year when Offerdahl went down, so did the Miami Dolphin defense. This year, young guys like Hollier here filling the hole. Unblocked, he makes that play, makes it big time. But the thing is, they've got all those young guys in there making some big plays. J.B. Brown, Cox, the right end, Marco Coleman, a bunch of young guys keeping this Dolphin defense alive.
So it's 3rd and 9, and they'll need a big play to keep the drive going. Carlson has got his tight end, Mark Cook, wide open to the 25, first down Patriots. And Marco Coleman is down and in some pain way back at the 43-yard line, and the Dolphins training staff goes right out to attend to him, and it looks like his left knee. He's holding up by his left knee or shin.
I think it's his ankle. I don't think, you know, if you got a bad knee, you're not going to put a lot of weight on it. It does look like it could be his ankle got caught in that field. Yes, sir. Now, that's a big blow, because if he does severely sprain this ankle, I mean, this guy is an instant pass rusher. You see him slipping there. Now, it looks like he just gets cold cocked there.
Sam Gash.
Sam Gash coming out, and he lands on it. Now, folks, that's a legal block. So it's called chipping away at a defensive end, and what you do is when you get a guy like Coleman, who's an impact player, you get that back slip out and get his attention, takes Coleman's attention off the quarterback. He starts looking around for other guys coming at him.
Well, they are still attending to Marco Coleman, the fine rookie of the Dolphins, out on the field. The Patriots have the ball. They trail 3-0. We'll be right back.
We're looking at Marco Coleman, number 90, the rookie defensive end. Now, he's going to come up the field. He'll never see Gash, the running back, come by and chip on him. Now, Marco Coleman has a bright future in this league, but the brighter it gets, the more he's going to have to look out for guys like that, going to try to take a shot at him, because he's drawn an awful lot of attention.
And, Dan, it's important to point out that when he went down, the position that he went down in, it was actually his own weight that landed on his ankle.
Well, 260 land sideways, it's going to hurt something.
Patriots, incidentally, got a big play there on 3rd down and 9 to Marv Cook, and got a first down to the Dolphin 25. This is Lockwood. He'll take it to the outside where he's got some room. And then the safeties, both of them, Williams and Oliver, come up to drive him out. Lockwood has been in the game since John Vaughn fumbled on the first play, which led to the Miami field goal.
Well, in talking with Dick McPherson yesterday, he said, you know, I like this kid. I'm going to give him a chance as much as I can. But when you've got guys like John Vaughn and John Stevens, you don't expect him to carry the ball that much. But, you know, John Vaughn yesterday was talking with us, and he said, you know, I don't agree with some of the things that we're doing. And all. I really think that Coach McPherson wants to see more of Lockwood today, because, you know, you don't get many chances, and when you mess up the ones you get, well, you stand over there with the coach.
Lockwood again. Makes a good read and turns a play that was going nowhere into a couple of yards. And Lockwood looking like a real good back here today for New England, in that he's holding on to the ball. Dick McPherson met with us yesterday, and first of all, it was nice to see him, but you can notice, I think, that He's lost a lot of weight. And he also says he gets very weary, like 11:30 in the morning. He really has to step back and almost get away from it. And then he gets a little bit weary in the afternoon. So it's taken its toll, a long convalescing period. But he feels that he's ahead of schedule.
Well, the doctors say he's ahead of schedule, and it's just good to have him on the sideline. I know that's a big boost to the team emotionally.
It's 3rd down and 2 yards to go. McMurtry in motion. They pitch it out, and John Stevens has the sideline to himself. Hits at the 5, goes out at the 1.
What did I tell you, Jim? A guy like this, you got to get him the football. Now, we're going to say this is kind of a sucker play. They lead everyone up inside. When everybody gets inside, they do a little quick pitch out to John Stevens. Now, we're going to take a good look at the blocking by the receivers. You'll see Fryer, number 80, going and cracking there on the linebacker. When you have receivers that are committed to helping the running game, you're going to have a running game. And there, that's what we call BYOB, be your own blocker. Stevens bringing it to the safety, coming up to get him.
Great block by Fryer. 1st and goal, Patriots. 16-yard run by Stevens. Touchdown, New England, as Gash goes in for the score, and the Patriots lead. Dan, you know something? I think the Dolphins have made a big mistake coming into this game, that they didn't do more with that John Vaughn fumble, and I think that they've opened the door to have a long afternoon here against the Patriots. They're pumped up.
Well, you know, one thing I've always found out about playing in this bitter cold, you know, you can play, but when you get behind, you give up a little bit quicker, and we're going to watch and see if the Dolphins just say, hey, you know, let's duck our heads and go back home, or are they going to fight it out with this inspired New England team?
6-3 New England. Now Bauman will try and make it 7. And he does. A 1-yard touchdown run by Sam Gash. Set up by a tremendous run on the play before by John Stevens. They took it down to the 16, down from 16 yards down to the 1.
Well, Sam Gash is a big guy, 5'11", 225 pounds, and he's those kind of hammer backs you need down there by the goal line. You'll see him there just blasting in behind a great surge on the left side by Cal Stevens and Big Pat Harlow. They're doing a great job, and I would run at the same spot. Remember, Marco Coleman's out of the lineup now. Let's run at the guy that got in there behind him.
And a pretty good lead block by the running back, Kevin Turner. And it allows Gash to go in for his first career touchdown. Now go back and really dissect the drive. How did it start? On a 1-yard punt by Reggie Roby, which gave the Patriots great field position.
Well, again, they didn't capitalize on an easy scoring attempt. There, you know, they should have had 7. They only settled for 3. Momentum builds for New England. Then, of course, the bad punt. New England takes it right down. And really, this guy right here, Gash, was the guy that made the big play. The big block on Coleman and inspired his teammates. You know, it's funny, when you've got a team that doesn't have a good record, they look for some reason to get excited. The record doesn't excite them, but some block like that, a big catch, a big tackle, that'll do it.
I don't think Don Shula was very happy as he stood in front of his defense there. It's a short kick. And it's Parmalee. He fumbles the ball. It's loose, and the Patriots are on it. It might be Bauman, the kicker. Flags are down on the play, but Bernie Parmalee fumbles the kickoff. New England recovers at the 40-yard line pending this flag.
Well, it does look like it might be a holding call. A lot of times you get those holding calls back inside the 30-20 area before the return bounces out. Now, we're going to have it sorted out by the officiating crew, but it looks like...
All right, he's telling his players to get away from the Miami Dolphins right now, and here comes the call.
We'll see.
Holding. Number 49, Miami, during the return. The penalty is declined. The result of the play is a fumble. New England ball, 1st down.
Well, it was a holding call on the fullback, Tony Page, but the big break is not the holding call, but the fumble. Now, we talked earlier in the show about how this cold weather, you know, you can have all the gloves and the hand warmers and all that stuff you want set on the bench forever. But unless you go out there and protect the football, the cold is going to be a factor all day. There, he never really had a good hold on it. The defender just stripped it away from him.
Yeah, it was 58, Rob McGovern, a linebacker for the Patriots, that got in there and knocked the ball away from Parmalee. And the Patriots set up first down and 10 inside the Miami 45-yard line. They lead the game 7-3. Here's a reverse to Fryer. They give it back to McMurtry. He wants to throw it. He does. Incomplete. He tried to get it to Stevens at the 41-yard line. Now, Jeff Carlson told us yesterday that if they got good field position, they would they had a few of these wrinkles in, and so they did do it.
Well, you know, unfortunately, they may have been led into a false situation. One of the old axioms in football is after a turnover or a big play, you come with a trick play in return. Well, it looks like Miami was wide open, ready for this one. McMurtry had nowhere to go but just throw it away.
And I don't know if it was me, but it did seem like it took a long time to get going, didn't it?
Well, you know, that's the thing about this cold weather. I used to love playing in it because everybody was slow like me. Here, it looks like it takes 2 days for this thing to go.
It was 2 days. You're right. 2nd and 10. McMurtry in motion. Lockwood gets the carry, and he is tackled down by the ankles. Good play. That's Klingbeil who got in there, the nose tackle, and made a nice stop.
Good job there by Klingbeil, who I love to call Sergeant Rock, by the way. But, you know, you got to think, if you're Don Shula, I've got everything to gain by winning this game. You know, you kind of think as a coach, what did I do wrong this week? I told him that, you know, New England was a trap. They had nothing to play for except to spoil our season. We have everything to gain, and you know, here we come up here and walk around like zombies, fumble the ball, make some bad kicks. He's hoping that he can get his defense to rally and realize it's time to wake up.
3rd down and 10. Half a minute to go here in the first quarter. The left-hander Carlson's got a lot of room to run. Now he loops the ball, and McMurtry's got it. 1st and goal, Patriots inside the Dolphin 10.
That's what Don Shula said yesterday. He said, you know, you got a guy like McMurtry and Fryer, Stevens. He says, even though they've been beat up, they can still bite. Now, you know, they may not bleed to death with one bite, but they keep scratching and clawing. They're going to hurt you, and he knows it. You're seeing Carlson here making a good decision, showing good awareness, getting out of that pocket, pumping Oliver up to be able to get him to draw him up, draw the corner up in front, and then lay the ball right over McMurtry's head.
That's the end of the first quarter. It's a game that Don Shula really needs to win. And the Patriots are not going to give it up easy. They lead 7-3. Second quarter about ready to begin. Jim Donovan along with Dan Hampton. New England leads 7-3. And after a Miami fumble and New England recovery, Dick McPherson's Patriots have the ball 1st and goal inside the Miami 10-yard line at the 9. And Jeff Carlson has been making some great plays at quarterback for the Patriots. Lockwood the carry. Hits at the 6-yard line. Coming up, Lewis Oliver to make the tackle.
Again, great job by the offensive line. You know, we talked earlier about New England safeties having to make plays. Well, guess who was making that tackle? The strong safety for the Dolphins. Now, that means Eugene Chung, the right tackle, is doing a great job caving down that right defensive end, creating a seam there to get Lockwood up in there.
Well, I noticed as you watch the scores going by that Pittsburgh is leading 7-0. They're into the playoffs, but also John Elway has the Broncos ahead in that playoff game to get into the playoffs between Kansas City and Denver. New England's 2nd down, and that's where they are, right down at the 6-yard line, 2nd and goal. Carlson can run. He'll lose 2 yards. He waited too long to make a decision to do anything. Collier will end up with the play, but at some point he had to make a decision before that.
See, that's the key to a lot of quarterbacks having problems scoring. The field is short. There's a lot more bodies jammed in a tight space. You only have a split second to make a decision. Here, he should have thrown it across the back of the end zone there to Fryer. He waited till he saw him. Then it's too late. The defense is on top of him. But, you know, you have to be impressed with the way Carlson's played early on. He's made some smart moves, getting out of the pocket, making some big throws. There, they can live with that if he converts on 3rd.
3rd down and goal. He's from Weber State. Dan asked him yesterday, what's the nickname to that team? He said Wildcats. 3rd down and goal.
He's played like one so far.
Yes, he has. From the 8.
Go.
Into the corner of the end zone. flyer, they say incomplete.
No, he trapped the ball, but again, when I said throw there, that's when you have to throw. You don't have 3.5 seconds down here. You've got about 2.2 seconds. And in time, Jeff Carlson will realize that, but still, you know, you've got to make those quick decisions down here on the goal line.
Dan, where is the Miami pass rush?
Well, again, when you have a slick field, the traction is not there. The Dolphin defenders are trying to dig in and come off the ball. A few minutes ago, we saw where Marco Coleman slipped coming off the ball. It's impossible to get that burst up the field and turn the corner and get pressure on the quarterback when the field is slick.
25-yard field goal attempt for Bauman. And a chance to give the Patriots a 10-3 lead. And he does. He nails it right through.
You know, if you remember last year, the Dolphins struggled late. They're going to have to get it going again here to get back in it.
It's been a nice welcome back to the sidelines for Coach Mack, hasn't it? Charlie Bauman kicked a 25-yard field goal for the Patriots. They lead 10-3. As he gets set to kick it back to the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins fumbled on the last kickoff after the Patriots had scored a touchdown. That man fumbled. Bernie Parmalee, he is without gloves, but he is back there again, standing inside his 5-yard line. He is back there. Short kick. Williams runs underneath it and takes it at the 15. Mike Williams outside, got away from a couple of Patriot tacklers and is finally giving the Dolphins good field position up at the 34-yard line. Game right here on NBC Sports. Check your local listings.
You know, Jim, last year the Dolphins were 8-6 at one point at the end of the season, poised for the playoffs, never made it.
Marino, he's been on the bench a long time. Patriot defender slipped, and the Dolphins make them pay on that one as Clayton makes the catch out at the 49-yard line of New England. 21-yard gain for Clayton.
You know, Clayton left the game last week with what the doctors called a bruised lung. He said, I just had the air knocked out of me. It was a very vicious hit, but you're going to have to see, you know, put a lot of wood on this guy to get him scared. He's one of the true great receivers of the 80s, and here he is still in the 90s being very effective.
So Clayton owns the team record in consecutive games with at least a catch. Maurice Hurst was the defender who slipped on the play. First down Miami. They trail by 7. And the run brings it down to the 46-yard line by Higgs. And Higgs gets up limping a bit.
You know,
in fact, limping a lot now, Dan.
Looks like he made another cut back to the inside there, and it looks like he fell over a body on the ground and may have sprained his knee. Now that's not going to be good for the Dolphins here. They've lost one of their best defensive linemen, and now they're starting tailback if they indeed sprain that knee. Here you'll see Joe Collier, the defensive coordinator, has got a lot of bodies coming up the field, creating, you know, a pressure type defense. Hicks trying to pick a hole through there, cutting back inside. It looks like he did twist his knee a little bit.
Well, he was trying to get up and walk off the field by himself, but then they put him back down on the turf and they attend to him. It's the Patriots by 7 when we come back. Continues to get over there by that warm seat over there. He's walking much better.
Well, I think that's a big blow to Mark Higgs. You know, here he was poised to break 1,000 yards. Unfortunately, it looks like he twisted that knee. May not come back. We'll keep an eye on that. But, you know, not only is he disappointed, but the offensive line's got to be disappointed. Higgs, he told me yesterday, if I break 1,000 yards, I'm buying the entire offensive line these big, nice leather starter jackets. So, you know, those guys got a frown on their face seeing their buddy go off.
That's why they were hovering over him as he was on the ground saying, come on, get up. It's okay. Just walk it off. 4 wide receivers in the game. Bobby Humphrey is in the backfield. Marino throws across the middle. He's got Keith Jackson inside the Patriot 30 at the 28. First down, Dolphins. 19-yard pickup.
Well, what they did, they split Keith Jackson out into the slot. Now, what that usually does is put a safety on him. Now, Keith Jackson is just way too big to cover with a linebacker, so they got that safety on him. The safety just bumped him, turned him over into the zone. Dan Marino, a master at reading defenses, realized there was a hole, got it to the guy.
All right, this is where they have now stalled a number of times during the season, though. They're great until they get into this area, the Dolphin offense. Let's watch and see if they start to put things together. Marino setting up a screen for Humphrey. There's a flag thrown on the play as Humphrey's brought down at the 25-yard line. David Howard and Lockhart team up on the tackle for New England, but we'll check out the penalty.
Well, it does look like it will be holding against the Dolphins. One of those offensive linemen out there trying to hang on somebody. But, you know, I think that's a pretty smart call by Marino, trying to slip that screen to Humphrey, because he's one of those guys that can break a screen a long way.
Coach Mack saying take the penalty if it's against Miami, and it looks like it is. Keep your eye on those scores as they go by, those playoff pending games, especially that Kansas City-Denver game, and that's 7-0 as Elway has that touchdown pass. All right, so they get them for a trip. See the offense once again, big mistake here. Now they were cruising until they got down inside the Patriot 30.
Well, that's what Don Shula said. You know, we really don't have a lot of problems moving the ball. We just can't score. Only 5 touchdowns the last 22 quarters, and what that means is the offense is self-destructing. And you know, a lot of defenses around the league, they see this on film and say, hey, we just give them little chunks at a time. Sooner or later, they'll self-destruct.
Number 78, 10 yards, still first down.
Richmond Webb is the man that committed the penalty. And we should have a shot of it right here.
Well, he's the left tackle right there in the middle of your screen. You see him getting inside here. He is beat by David Howard on an inside quick move. There, he just puts his leg out, trips him. Now, you know, that is illegal. You can try to, you know, hold all you want, but if you try to trip and kick, penalty flag's coming out.
4 wide receivers and Bobby Humphrey on first down at 17. Across the middle, Clayton cannot hang on at the Patriot 30-yard line, and then a flag goes down, and they're going to call it on the Patriots.
Well, it looks like Johnny Rembert,
yes, it is,
didn't realize that he had the ball knocked out of Clayton. He was just going ahead and trying to do a little body slam action there.
The play was over. The ball was out. They ruled the pass incomplete. Then the flag came down when Rembert kept trying to bring Clayton down. And the officials checking it over right now. Could they pick this flag up?
Well, it's hard to say, you know, and I think you got to let the players play some, Jim. I mean, how would Johnny Rembert know the ball's out if he's got his helmet into the back of Clayton?
In fact, Rembert goes over to Clayton and said, hey, I didn't mean anything by it. Here's the call.
There is no penalty on the play.
Good call.
It's an incomplete pass. Second down.
I mean, he doesn't think it's a good call, but I think it's a good call.
Well, Don Shula is head of the rules committee. He makes the rules, but, you know, here, you know, when a defensive player is coming in for a blow, they got their head down, they're gathered. They're not looking at the ball. They're just trying to keep the target, which is the body, in front of them. They don't see the ball go out, and he's just trying to do his job.
From the Miami bench now, Dan, Mark Higgs, twisted left knee expected to return. It is second down and 17. Things not going well for Don Shula. He's cold, and so is his team. They're playing cold.
Well, they got Keith Jackson out to the right in the slot. Watch for a quick slant by him here. Big target.
Pretty good rush. Marino to the end zone. Incomplete. Martin was in the end zone with Jerome Henderson. Henderson's very fortunate. He had slipped. And Martin was right there, and I think Martin lost the ball in the sun the way he threw his hands up.
Well, not only that, but I think he slipped right when the ball was, you know, you try to gather and make an effort to jump or leap or try to adjust to the ball. Looks like his footing went out. There, Marino kind of crouching in the pocket, dodging all the bullets. Then he says, I'm going to get out and make something happen. But, you know, the real breakdown here is the fact that it didn't have him contained. Now, Marino can run a little bit, but those defensive linemen have to keep him in the pocket. He's a guy that you should be able to get down on the ground if you get a pretty good rush on him.
Third down and 17. New England leading 10-3. Knocked down. Great play, Brent Williams. Not a bad dance either.
No. If you're a Dolphin fan, you've got to be just exasperated by the effort. But, you know, as a pro football player for 12 years, you've got to be impressed with New England here. They said, hey, you know, it's be easy just to mail this one in and check it out. But these guys are laying it out on the line for Coach Mack today, making plays whenever they're asked.
Reggie Roby's last effort was a 1-yard punt. Now he stands back at the 48-yard line. 10-3. New England in the lead. Walter Stanley is back and threw a block on the play, and the ball goes down at the 2, and I think the penalty's on Stanley as he nailed one of the Dolphin upmen going down on the play. Nailed Kerry Glenn when Glenn was trying to go down after a 32-yard punt. Not a bright play by number 81 Stanley. Watch the shot he delivers to the head of Glenn on this play down the field.
If the flag is on Stanley, it'd have to be going to the head because you are allowed to block the man covering the kick. A lot of times they'll decoy, they'll flag him off like fair catch, and then he'll go get the most dangerous guy that could. No, that's a good call. Now, that's ridiculous by Walter Stanley.
Isn't it? Yeah.
No, you've got your team in a position where you've got the momentum. You don't want to do anything stupid to sacrifice your team.
Possession, personal foul, number 81 on the receiving team. Penalty will be half the distance to the goal from the spot where they have possession. It'll be a first down. Timeout.
Someone get that man a cough drop. Referee affected by the cold weather. New England will have the ball at their own 1 when we come back. Well, when you commit a bad penalty, go over there and, for heaven's sakes, put a cape on to cover up your jersey number. But the man in the red cape is 81 Walter Stanley. He delivered the blow to the head on the punt by Miami. New England has the ball at the 1-yard line. They're going to have to run it well here to try and get it out of here. And Carlson, the quarterback, will keep it and push it out to the 2, maybe the 3-yard line.
But, you know, when you're talking about, you know, the play by Walter Stanley, you know, he's a good player, a nice guy, but you can't do anything stupid like that to put your team in jeopardy, you know, and that is called discipline. And that is one thing this New England team needs more of. And talking with Eugene Lockhart, he said yesterday, hey, you know, I think this team needs more discipline. We've got a bunch of talent. We just don't do anything, we don't do the little things right to put ourselves in a position to win a lot of games. And when you have a team that's struggling, first thing that goes is discipline.
Second down and 8, still in dangerous territory at their own 3, so they'll keep it again. And Carlson might get to the 4-yard line, and that's it. Now, the crowd is booing here because they're saying, hey, you've only got 2 wins, but why not put it up? But let's face it, you know, you have a brand new quarterback in there. If he gets trapped or turns the ball over here, this will end the momentum.
Well, let's check out number 51, Brian Cox here, lined up on 300-pound Pat Harlow, the left tackle. Now, Cox is a everyman all-pro for the Dolphins. He's had a super year. There he's battling Harlow, who is really only about 50% this year because of a bad back. But, you know, you see that both of those players are still fighting it out here, even though, you know, the temperatures, you know, you really just want to curl up on a rug somewhere.
They try to run it again. Lockwood is hit hard on the play as he is nailed by Jarvis Williams back at the 4-yard line. And Miami's defense gets the job done as they hem the Patriots in, and they'll be punting from their own end zone.
Well, Jarvis Williams, the safety, blitzes there. He's basically setting up there in an 8-man front. Now, that is what having an inexperienced quarterback, how it really kills you. The Miami coordinator, Tom Olivadotti, has done a great job this year, but he knows New England will not throw. He commits everybody to stopping the run, forcing the punt.
McCarthy 35 yards on his first effort, but right now he has to watch his footwork there as that white line designating the back of the end zone is right on his heel.
Stepping back too far to safety.
Scott Miller is back deep. He got it away. Miller's going to run up, let it hit at the 39-yard line, and then it takes a Miami bounce back to the 37, and that's where it's touchdown. Great field, but don't miss Texas A&M and Notre Dame in the Mobile Cotton Bowl here on NBC on New Year's Day. First and 10, Miami. Bobby Humphrey gets the call and is loose, and Humphrey down to the 29 of the Patriots. Bobby Humphrey, what a nice bit of depth there to lose a guy like Higgs and to have a guy like Humphrey come in.
Well, you know, one of the things that, you know, rumors going around the league is, you know, what's wrong with Miami? Why don't they utilize Bobby Humphrey more? Because he is that type of ball player. He was a do-everything guy in Denver. He comes down to Miami. Shula basically makes him a third down specialist. But today, with the injury, he's going to get the ball a lot.
Second down, less than 1. That's what's left in the half. Looked like a busted play. Humphrey gets hit right away at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be short of the first down. He needed to get near the 27.
Good job by the nose tackle, Tim Goad, and the right end, Brent Williams. They knife down inside, cutting off all the lanes. You'll see the guys in the red shirts just coming off the ball, putting a shoulder down and creating a big wall of flesh there. Humphrey has no place to go.
I think Goad has been one of the best defensive players this season for the Patriots.
You know, he doesn't get an awful lot of publicity playing nose tackle in a 3-man line. You're basically double-teamed every play. But he's had a couple of sacks this year, and I'm proud to say I've seen both of them.
And he picked up a big fumble in the game against Kansas City in that monsoon they played in at Arrowhead Stadium a couple of weeks ago. They are short. So it's third down about 6 inches.
You know, and talking with the head coach, Dick McPherson, he said, you know, really, the only high point of the season is watching a lot of the guys never give up. He's talking about guys like Tim Gold, Pat Harlow. There's an awful lot of guys that haven't given up, and you're seeing this defense digging in here.
Crowd rising, third down, 6 inches to go for a Miami first down. Marino's going to throw. No, he won't. It falls loose. Patriots are on it, although it squirted loose again.
It looks like Johnny Rimmer, number 52, just attacked the line of scrimmage, running by the right tackle, creating the fumble.
I think Miami recovered it, but it will be fourth down. I think Miami's going to luck out here and recover their fumble, but it will be fourth down back at the 31-yard line.
Well, you know, here it is, 3rd and 1. They make the first. They get their offense going again, and it looks like, again, the Dolphins are sleepwalking there. It was just an all-out attack type of blitz, bringing all of the linebackers attacking the gaps. No one was there. It looks like Andre Tippett was the man coming off the right side behind Marino. You never sees him coming there. Tippett, one of the great pass rushers in our league for years and years, still being able to get to the quarterback.
Fourth down and 2. Marino brought the Dolphins up to the line of scrimmage. And there you see the fumble being recovered by the Dolphins and then called the timeout. So Miami has called their first timeout of the half with 6:30 left to go. It's 10-3 and fourth down when we come back. Don Shula is deciding to go for it on fourth down and close to 3, down by 7.
Well, I think it's time because he needs to get a sense of urgency to his offense that, hey, you can't just go out there and squander chances. We need to get into the end zone.
They are 53% on fourth down this year. They are 8 of 15 as they come to the line of scrimmage on this one.
Clayton in the slot on the left at the bottom of your picture. Watch him on a quick slant.
All the time for Marino. Incomplete at the 4-yard line. And it's New England ball. They went downfield for Jackson and didn't get him at the 4. Interesting, Dan, to go that big on fourth down and 2.
Well, you know, that does surprise me. I would think that they would take the... You see Marino look left early. He sees a linebacker had walked out, taking the quick slant away. His only option was trying to go down the middle to Keith Jackson, hopefully the big body can bring the ball in.
Not much has gone well for Miami today. Down now 10-3. They turn the ball over on downs with 6:25 to go in the half, and the Patriots wiggle out of that situation and have good field position. Carlson pulls it back down. Dumps it off. It is almost intercepted as he tried to squeeze it into Lockwood. And the linebacker was over there on the coverage. And it looks like Grimsley was the man that almost picked it off, and it was John Grimsley.
You know, again, maybe a bad time for something like this. What they're trying to do is run a little play action pump fake it here, but great pressure on the right side by Brian Cox, guy that leads the Dolphin defense in sacks, creates a situation where he can't get the ball downfield, tries to make something out of it, almost makes something bad out of it.
Second down and 10 for Carlson, who is now 3 of 7. Back to the run, Lockwood. And he is belted down by Jarvis Williams, who is coming up from that safety spot. And now late flags come in as we have a pile-up behind where Lockwood is. As you can see, the players starting to mill around there. Grimsley in on the tackle there of Lockwood. Dick McPherson telling his players to get back, get off the field. I think that they just all feel they need a little bit more control over there on that sideline. They are just committing too many penalties. Let's situate this one.
Foul. Number 51, Miami. Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Number 87, New England. The foul's all set. Third down.
Well, again, it looks like Brian Cox, the guy that's been making it happen for the Dolphins all year, made something else happen. He got flagged there. Looks like he and the tight end were tied up, trying to struggle out of it, and somebody got a little antsy and started going to someone's head.
Coates and Cox got tied up in there. Cox voted this week, number 51 there, to the Pro Bowl.
And I think it's a great selection. Here's a guy that leads the team in sacks, and not only that, but tackles. He's all over the field, hardly ever comes off. He's the heart and soul of that Dolphin defense this year.
Well, another big play now for the Miami defense, because if they can shut down New England here, they still could get good field position on 3rd and 5. Oh, wide open is Irving Fryer to the Miami 45. Stephen Braggs trails him on the play.
Great job by Carlson. Braggs has got a bum wheel. He gets his best player on an injured player by the Dolphins. You got to go to that matchup every time.
And now a flag goes down on the play, and it's going to be a personal foul on sportsmanlike conduct, I believe, against Miami.
And that's something, you know, it looks like the Dolphins cannot believe they've got into this wasp's nest up here. They thought they'd come up here. New England had the cars packed, motors running, just throw it out on the field. No, New England's bringing the fight to them, and they're getting a little frustrated.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 35, 15 yards, first down.
Kerry Glenn, and this will be tacked on to where Fryer brought the ball and was brought down as Glenn gets hit with the penalty. Look at how wide open Fryer was.
You see Fryer running that quick slant. He's a very similar kind of guy as to what Clayton is. Big, strong guy that's not scared of going across the middle. There, it looked like Braggs jumped on it too hard. He broke it back out. Great design play. Great execution by the quarterback, Carlson, getting him the ball at the right time.
Fryer, incidentally, is still down in the field.
We'll take another look at it here. Now, we'll watch number 35 coming in late, Kerry Glenn, see what he does to get this foul.
All right, that's Braggs right there who made the tackle on the play. The referee gave us, and I don't see any personal foul there. The referee then called Kerry Glenn on the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, and the march-off brings it down inside the 30-yard line. And New England leading by 7, and now with good field position, Stevens gets Lockwood a good block. And Lockwood takes it to the 22 before he is knocked out by Lewis Oliver.
And that's one of the things, when you're a defense and you start having some plays hit you and hurt you, everyone starts panicking. They start trying to make a big play, and I think it's smart by New England to go back to a base running play, catch some of those guys on the Dolphin side of the ball, trying to make something happen, playing out of position. You'll break a big run like that, and ultimately, what happens now, those guys in the huddle on defense for the Dolphins just saying, hey, what's happening? What's happening? They don't understand that New England is just being very, very patient and executing flawlessly.
Gain of 7 for Lockwood, and he'll get another chance on 2nd and 3. And he gets down to the 21-yard line. Brian Cox tackles him. He'll be short of the first down as he needs the 19.
You know, if the Patriots, they are down somewhere around the 20 right now, almost a locked field goal. I think, you know, for the Dolphins to get back in this game, they're going to have to count on their defense to do something here. They need to try to get the ball back to their offense. 4:27 left in the game, you know, and try to get some momentum turned around because, like I said earlier, you find that a team that is not used to the cold comes in and gets behind early, they'll give up a lot quicker. They need to try to get back in it before the half.
A new backfield in for the Patriots, Kevin Turner and Sam Gash. Gash has a touchdown today, and he should have a first down on that dive. They took out Lockwood and they took out Stevens. First down, New England, inside the Miami 20. And I don't know if Coach Mack is calling the plays or not, but they are calling some pretty good ones on this drive.
Well, Dick Corey is the offensive coordinator, and he's done a great job this week preparing. You know, you're looking at a Dolphin defense that now is without its most effective defensive lineman, Marco Coleman, the most effective inside linebacker, Offerdahl. Hey, it's smart, run right at those guys, make them play football.
Incidentally, it is now doubtful that Coleman will return as he went out with an injured ankle. First down, New England. Stevens and Lockwood come back in. Lockwood the carry, wrapped up right away. Hollier was up high, the linebacker Dwight Hollier. And he is helped out on the play by Larry Webster. Second down and long yardage for the Patriots, who are also working on the clock. Don Shula can't get his offense the ball right now.
Well, you know, again, in the NFL lag segment, we use the statistic that has turned a lot of heads last night at the meeting. Hey, the Dolphins are 2 of 8. They're 2 and 6 when they play a game under 28 degrees as far as temperature-wise. It's almost like they get lulled to sleep, and they don't do the things they do when they're warm to win football games.
They are at the Miami 17-yard line. Carlson to Mark Cook over his head. He was open down at the 1. He has had a couple of receivers, and now his tight end Cook wide open in spots to make touchdown catches.
Well, Marv Cook made the Pro Bowl. He really hasn't had the same type of year he had last year when he led the league in tight end receptions. But here you see him run a real nice little pattern on Cox. Unfortunately, Carlson not able to get the ball to him when he was open.
Pro Bowler Marv Cook with 2:33 to go in the half, and to keep the drive going now, New England needs 8 yards to get a first down. Fryer and Timpson are the wide receivers. Fryer back in the lineup after leaving when he made that catch and was tackled, and he left the lineup for a couple of plays. Carlson, Timpson catches at the 10-yard line. He might not have enough unless they give him a good spot, and I think they are going to give him a terrific spot up near the 7-yard line. That would be a first down. Now they changed the spot. Now they changed the spot back to the 10-yard line, near the 11, and it's 4th down. Now what do you do, Dan? You've only got 2 wins. You kick a field goal, and it's almost a sure shot with 2 minutes to go here in the first half. You'd be up 13-3 by 10 points, or do you go for it and just say, hey, let's really try and get the touchdown?
Well, it looks like they're going to talk it over, but knowing Dick McPherson, I think he's going to go ahead and kick the field goal, take the sure 3.
So the 2-minute warning comes at a good time because they'll huddle up and see what they're going to do on 4th down. Yards to go. Dick McPherson huddled up with the troops and decided to send in field goal kicker Charlie Bauman, who was 1 for 1 on the day.
I think it's smart because, you know, your defense is playing great. You may get the ball back. Marino may try to throw 3 quick ones. You get the ball back with 1.5 minutes. I think you've got to take the sure thing before the half.
29 yards, and then again you wonder if anything's a sure thing on a slick field.
Sure thing.
You're right. 13-3 New England, which puts Miami in scores to get back into the ball game.
You know, Dick McPherson's had a very, very hard year, but it's got to warm his heart and his soul to see his guys go out the last day of the year, that when it doesn't mean anything, and play the way they are.
They really are. They are playing very well. You wonder if a guy like Irving Fryer is going to go out and throw a block. Yes, he did. He threw a great block earlier in the game. You wonder if the linebackers are going to be there, if Brent Williams is going to make a big play, and they have so far. They've done everything very well. Miami, on the other hand, has not.
Well, you know, everything is almost like taken for granted. Miami's so much better. Dan Marino. Hey, you know, again, the Dolphins are like a fish out of water. These are elements they're not used to playing in, and I think the Dolphins are playing the weather more than they're playing New England. They need to say, forget the weather. We've got to play the Patriots.
They're not like a fish out of water. They indeed are a fish out of water. Now, the other thing, Dan, because they've been on and off the field, and, you know, they've fumbled on a kickoff return, their offense just hasn't really gotten into any kind of role, except on the one drive when Higgs was running the ball up the field. And that, of course, was not a good situation for them because they didn't end up with any points out of that. There's the first half possessions and what has happened for the Dolphins.
Well, they basically turned it over the last 2 times. They fumbled, and then they turned it over on downs, giving New England the momentum.
Mike Williams takes it at the 7-yard line for the Dolphins. And he kind of lost his own footing and tumbles out to the 26, where Sam Gash is down there on the tackle with Rob McGovern. 3 timeouts left for the Dolphins. They have 1:53 left, and they trail by 10, 13-3. They just want to end up with something before they go into the locker room.
Well, you've got to think that, you know, Dan Marino has nothing on his mind except move the chains down and then give me a chance to go into the end zone and expire time with a score.
And on the other side, we'll see if the Patriots try and get some kind of pass rush on him, which is hard to do because of the well-known Marino quick release, and he's in the shotgun, and now he's got 4 wide receivers in the game. Well, he'll have to slide and keep the clock moving, too, at the 29-yard line. There was just nobody open.
Well, again, Joe Collier is doing a great job with that defensive front, attacking the line of scrimmage. Marino has not had an awful lot of time to make a decision.
2nd down and 7. The catch onto the 32, and Clayton is brought down, but he can't get out of bounds, and the clock keeps rolling, and they didn't get a first down yet. So it's third down, and the clock continues to wind down. They have all of their timeouts. And that's a catch out to the 41. A first down, Bobby Humphrey on the grab. And now the clock will stop. Timeout, Miami.
Well, I was surprised there. Joe Collier opted to single cover Bobby Humphrey in third and short, and that's something that, you know, all the Patriots said we can't do, is let Bobby Humphrey hurt us when we're in third and short. There he was found in single coverage. Marino makes a smart choice.
Yesterday when we were at the Dolphin workout, and indeed we were brave to be there, which lasted an hour and a half.
Cold.
Yeah, oh, it was freezing cold. But Dan Marino said he really likes Humphrey. I mean, he said he likes him because he's a good blocker, but not only that, a good receiver out of the backfield. He gives them that other weapon that they think that they need.
Well, not only that, but when you think about Keith Jackson and Duper and Clayton, those guys on the outside, you know, you've got 4 guys that have been to the Pro Bowl that you can go to with the ball. But the real key in third and short is the fact that Humphrey can either run the ball, he can catch the ball, or he's big enough and strong enough to block a linebacker if they blitz somebody.
Clayton, there have been some rumblings from him that he's not getting the ball enough. They have tried to get it to him a number of times today, but so far New England's defense has been right on him. 1:07 to go, first half, New England leading 13-3. The Dolphins have 2 timeouts left, but they're at their own. The second half kickoff here in Foxborough, and Mike Williams takes it short of the 30-yard line at the 29. And now it's time for the Coors Light first half statistics. And Dan, as you can see right there, total domination by the Patriots.
Well, it really has been, and the thing that really has surprised me is the way that New England has controlled the clock. They're keeping the ball away from that very dangerous bunch on the Miami Dolphins, and that's Marino and his receivers. They keep doing that, they will frustrate Marino even more.
Well, I would assume that Don Shula was not a happy guy in that locker room at the end of the half for the Dolphins. And looking for his 300th regular season victory today. Bobby Humphrey on first down, tied up by Gene Lockhart and brought down by Andre Tippett. You know, yesterday, when practice was finished, we were in the Dolphin locker room trying to get some heat and waiting for Coach Shula, and then somebody was banging on the door. Somebody was locked out of the locker room, and it was Shula. I would think that the Dolphin players would probably have wished that they left the door locked at halftime today, and Shula couldn't get in.
It was a day early.
Yeah, because he cannot be happy with what he saw in the first half. Second down and 9. A 1-yard gain for Bobby Humphrey, who's in there for the injured Mark Higgs. Humphrey again with Page leading the way, and Humphrey runs it out near a first down as he is close to the 38-yard line.
Well, they ran a long trap there. The right guard, number 62, Galbraith, did a good job of getting up inside. You see the right guard pulling. He says, hey, there's nobody out there. Let me turn up inside on the linebacker, creating that seam for Humphreys to squirt through there for some good yardage. Now, I think this is smart. If your receiving game is not going, hey, give the ball to Humphrey. He's a thoroughbred. Let him run a little bit.
Third down and 1 for a Miami first down. Tony Page in motion. Back to Humphrey. He'll get the first down to the 41. Bumping heads with him right there was Johnny Rembert and Tim Gordon. And they must go to this man now, Bobby Humphrey, not as a receiver, but as a running back more here today.
Well, again, early in the year, he was used as the third down specialist, a guy that could either run or catch, mainly catch out of the backfield. There you're seeing Humphrey go through there. He's a big guy. He can take the punishment, and he can also bring a little wallop on those defensive guys, too.
And it looks like it will be Humphrey for the rest of the day, because from the Miami training staff, Mark Higgs is now doubtful to return for the rest of the game. First down for Marino's Dolphins. Across the middle, the pass caught by Keith Jackson, and he goes out to the 49-yard line.
Well, you know, I think it's important for both teams to do something this first drive. For Miami to get back in it, they need to say, hey, we've got fired up at halftime. We're going to come out and make something happen. Conversely, New England, they're letting the Dolphins move the chains, come at them. Now, if indeed the Dolphins do score, it's going to be like a big souffle. You hear a big sucking sound over there. Everybody's, you know, all pumped up, ready to play. Dolphins come back and score. It's going to take a lot of the fire out of the New England Patriots.
It looks like the plan of attack was just come out here, do some things that they do well, safe plays, and get some kind of offensive momentum going. And so far, everything's been positive. Now they go back to Humphrey, and again, he turns it into a short gain. Just come out, hand the ball off to Humphrey. Don't go big. Remember on that 4th down play in the first half, Dan, they were 4th down and about 2 yards, and they went big down to Jackson at the 5-yard line. But instead here on this opening drive, let's just keep it, get a yard, 2-3 yards at a time.
Well, you know, this is the kind of offense that a lot of folks identified Shula with the first couple of times he went to the Super Bowl. Just a big plotting game. They're trying to keep the chains moving. Then, of course, he got Marino. He had the aerial circus. But in bad weather like this, no matter who you have throwing and catching, can express how important it is to be able to run the ball in weather like this.
3rd down and 1. Humphrey's got a 1st down again. Ball looked like it might have come loose as they scramble for it down on the field at the 47-yard line of New England, but they give it to Miami and also move the chains. It's a 1st down.
We're going to take a ground level look at this now. If you remember in the first half, those linebackers were really attacking the gaps there. It looks like Rembert was walled away. Hey, it does look like Rembert knocked the ball out, but Humphreys was able to take the ball back in after a favorable bounce.
And now they are in New England territory, down by 10, 13-3 at the 47 on 1st down. Marino being rushed by Agnew, he got away. Being rushed by Goad, he got away and completes the pass down the sideline as he got Clayton to come back and make the catch. And that was just a great play by Marino.
You know, a guy that has always amazed me with his, he's always working. Clayton will run the quick slant. He'll run any way you want, but here he sees Marino in trouble. He knows if I get deep enough, shake those guys off my tail and come back to the ball, Marino will get it to me. That is something they've done for 10 years. They're still able to do it.
19 yards on the play. Let's see Clayton how he adjusts the route and comes back.
You'll see. Here he'll look back. Okay, hey, Dan's in trouble. I know I've got this guy on my hip, but if I keep running hard back to the ball. Now, that's a hard catch. He's coming to the ball. It's coming fast.
Oh, he falls down as he slips on that part of the turf, and we get a flag going down on Agnew as he got an extra lick on Marino.
Well,
and Ray Agnew, with that undisciplined New England play, I think is going to cost his team a big penalty.
Looks like Dan may have strained something. He slipped on that slick part of the field. Now, I just got a good look at his cleats. I talked earlier about how they need to go to those rubber molded cleats. Dan's come out with the 7 studs. Now, that's the conventional hard spikes that really doesn't work in this type of frozen field.
Unnecessary roughness. Number 92 in New England. Half the distance to the goal. 1st down.
Well, again, you've got a team that is playing great. The last thing you want to do is throw water on your team's fire. Here, late shot there, and especially when it's a guy like Dan Marino. Some guy that you don't know his name on television all the time. Hey, you can't hit a guy like him, Joe Montana, because officials are protecting these guys. And here, it doesn't look like it was anything malicious.
No, it doesn't.
After second look there, I think that was unwarranted. Dan was down. The guy was just trying to make a play. I think, Ray was just trying to get in.
And he was down and throwing. Scott Mitchell has come in. Marino is up and talking with Don Shula over on the sideline. So I think Mitchell will only be in for a play or two. It's 1st down, and it's Bobby Humphrey. And Lockhart brings him down near the 11-yard line along with Tim Goad. And here comes Marino back in.
Well, anytime the official stopped the clock for an injury, that player has to leave the field for at least one play. That's the only reason Dad didn't stay in. I think he's just maybe sprained an ankle or a knee or maybe stretched a groin muscle because, he slipped pretty quick there. Those are not numbers that you would think Dan Marino would be, posting. But, again, below 0 wind chill factor, it's hard to get those guys to catch the ball if you can find them.
They are at the Patriot 12-yard line, 2nd down and 8. With Sims blocking in front of him, Marino slips one in, incomplete. As he tried to get it to Tony Page at the 10-yard line, and it is incomplete. Rod Smith is on the coverage, along with David Howard. And it will be 3rd down now for Miami.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and this, the Miami offense is geared for 3rd and long out in the field. When they get close down like this, they've had a problem getting the ball, inside that red zone and keep moving it there. Looks like Page was just covered up, and the ball knocked, stripped free.
Big play now for Dan Marino. 3rd down and 8. At the New England 12-yard line, they're down by 10. First drive of the second half. Patriots popping up like they're going to blitz. 5 receivers in the path for Miami. Duper catches at the 6, and he's brought down short of the first down. So it's 4th down. What do you do now? You're down by 10. It's early here in the second half. Do you kick it or do you go? He's saying go. He's saying go.
I think Shula says, hey, if we're going to get back in it, we're going to have 2 scores. I've got to have the 3 now.
I think he was saying go to Stoyanovich to come out on the field is what he was saying.
I think that's smart. And, in the best of climates, you can think you can go ahead and keep scoring. You better get the points when you have the chance at any time in these cold weather games.
Here's Stoyanovich. The spot is at the 14. 24-yard field goal attempt. Make it 23, actually. 23-yard field goal shot for him. And he gets it through. The 100th field goal of Stoyanovich's career. Gets Miami back to within 7. 13-6 New England. And we'll be right back.
You'd think the wind chill would really be low up there. Don't forget, those guys got a lot of hot air in that balloon. About as much as we have in the booth.
Those guys were moving up there, weren't they? Here's Lockwood on the return for the Patriots. He brings it out to the 27-yard line. And it will be 1st and 10 for New England there. Their first crack on offense. They lead this game 13-6. Miami's defense now will come out with 8:33 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. There is Stoyanovich, Pete Stoyanovich, the 100th field goal of his career. He is now the all-time most accurate kicker, as Nick Lowry has not kicked a field goal yet today in his game, in that big game between Kansas City and Denver. So there is Stoyanovich at 80.6%. And he is all of Miami's offense today. Just 2 Stoyanovich field goals. Jeff Carlson to Lockwood with Stevens out in front, and they run right into the arm of David Griggs, the left outside linebacker.
You're talking about this Miami Dolphin defense. They've had great play from the linebackers the last couple of years. Number 92, David Griggs, there in on that tackle. He and Brian Cox, number 51, the other outside linebackers, gives them one of the great outside linebacking tandems in the AFC. And, of course, you have Offerdahl and Grimsley inside, and, of course, Hoyer, number 50, doing a great job. I think that is the real key to that Dolphin defense. But thus far today, they haven't made the normal amount of big plays that Tom Olivadotti, the coordinator, expects from them.
2nd down at 10. There was no gain on the run by Lockwood on 1st down. They'll try and go back to him here, and he'll get a big gain here in a 1st down run. Out to midfield before Louis Oliver sends him into the Miami bench.
Great job on the right side. That is Eugene Chung, right tackle, Larry Williams, the guard, and, of course, Marv Cook, the tight end. They just got engaged with those Dolphin defenders. No one was able to get off and put an arm out or even try to get a hold of the fullback there, Lockwood.
You know who Lockwood reminds me of, and when you think of him as a Patriot? He reminds me of Craig James.
Craig James. I was going to say the same thing.
This kid's had a great day. He was not the starting tailback today. That was the longest run in Lockwood's rookie career in the NFL. 23 yards and a big 1st down for the Patriots with Irving Fryer going to the top of your screen in motion. Play action fake to Stevens. Carlson throws, and Coates comes back, and if it's incomplete, boy, that's a big miss by Jeff Carlson, because Ben Coates was wide open.
Well, Carlson was pressured a little bit, but still, young quarterbacks need to realize they need to plant and finish the mechanics and go ahead and throw the ball where they want to. If you get hit by the guy, you just get hit. A great fake set this up, but he just wasn't able to follow through and get enough zip on it to get the ball to the coach.
It's like he short-armed the ball, isn't it? Don't you think now that Olivadotti and the Dolphin defense wants to put this guy, Jeff Carlson, in a position to have to make plays?
Well, I think that is what is transpiring. You look at the line of scrimmage, there's 8 people at the line of scrimmage. You can't run against that. You've got to throw it.
Here's Lockwood again to the 46 of Miami.
It's one of those 22 plays. That's where you hand it off, and about 8 yards up the field, there's a pile of 22 bodies. And that's what I think New England wants to do. Just go ahead and keep grinding, pounding, and hopefully Lockwood will come through there and break another big run sooner or later.
Extra defensive backs coming in now for Miami. Lifford Hobley comes in as Olivadotti has sent in his dime package. Stephen Braggs comes into the game too. And now they have Carlson where they want him. This is what they want now. He's in a position where to get a 1st down, you have to think he's going to have to put it up. 3rd down and 7. midway through quarter number 3, and New England leading by a touchdown. And again, he short arms the ball. He had a receiver open as he tried to get it to Timpson, and he throws the ball in front of him. That's 2 pass plays on this drive. He had Coates and he had Timpson wide open for first down yardage, and he can't get the ball there.
Well, a lot of times when a quarterback, not only did he underthrow, but I think a lot of this is confidence. What they try to do is push those defenders off and then come back. And what a quarterback realizes is you've got to throw it back. Otherwise, a defender making a great break could pick it off. Well, a lot of confidence to get that ball and go ahead and throw it where you want it.
Miami deep men. Miller is at the top of your screen, standing back at the 10-yard line. Jarvis Williams was back there too. Fair catch by Miller. Oh boy, he really watched that one come down to his shoe tops, didn't he? At the 16-yard line, Miami will start. Things getting a little better for them, but they still trail by 7. 6:13 to go, third quarter. Watch 82, Scott Miller, after the fair catch right here. He guides this one in, doesn't he, Dan?
Well, it was almost a near miss, and you know, you've got to be thinking that if he does indeed drop it, sooner or later he's got to come off the field and meet Don Shula standing over there. So let me tell you, he probably was hoping that ball would freeze to him.
Yes, right. Velcro. Have Velcro on his jersey there. I don't want to fumble. I don't want to fumble. Fred Smerlis is in a nose tackle right now for New England. First down by 7. Marino slipped one in. What a great throw to Page, and a good run after it too to the 29 and a first down. What a throw by Marino to get it into Tony
Holy
Page.
Cow. It looks like Tony Page had a great Thanksgiving and Christmas holiday there. Tony's a big guy, a big strong guy they use for blocking back. Here, Marino gets it to him quickly. Good catch. And then, of course, how do you tackle Abrama? Big Tony is a hard guy to get on the ground, especially you have a chance of him falling on you, Jim.
Tough for Johnny Rembert to cover backs coming out of the backfield. That was one of the big losses Dick McPherson felt when they lost Vincent Brown, that Rembert would have to go side to side on the field. And another pass down the middle to Page. After he gets collared by David Howard, he's out to the 35-yard line, and he got his necktie straightened on that tackle.
Well, exactly. You know, you've got guys like Lockhart, Rembert, David Howard. These are big, strong linebackers that take people on and rush the passer. Vincent Brown was their cover guy, and they do miss him, especially in those third down situations where you have to put him on a running back. And there you see Fred Smerlis.
His 200th game.
Played in a couple of Pro Bowls with Fred. He's still going, and I'm up here watching.
His 200th NFL game. Congratulations. Former Boston College star. Bobby Humphrey on second down. First down, Bobby Humphrey. Out to the 43, and you get the feeling that Miami is starting to get on a roll for the first time today.
Again, Dan Marino throwing the ball on first down and then coming back running afterwards. Try to, used to run to set up the pass. Now I think you pass to set up the run. Here, Humphrey's doing a great job just ripping through those arm tackles, making some good yards.
Dick McPherson, first game back on the sideline since November 1st. He's battled a bad intestinal illness, but he's back on the sideline today, and I think his team has really enjoyed having him back. They have played awfully hard for him today, but they are starting to hang on a bit because Marino's Dolphins are moving the ball up near midfield now, and the catch by Bobby Humphrey.
Again, coming back with a first down pass to soften the defense up. Now I think you can watch for Dan Marino to go ahead and get that ground game going again. Here you see Marino. Great vision is one thing that Dan Marino has always had. You see him scanning constantly. Like a computer chip back there in his head. He's looking for the open guy. They're covered. Go to the sure thing across the middle short.
Now they're at midfield. Second down and 3. 3:47 to go. We're late in the third quarter, and Miami trails 13-6. Humphrey with Page out in front. Will not get the first down. He's to the 50, and that's it. Tippett is over there. Howard is there. So was Lockhart. And a late flag goes down now after there was some extracurricular stuff after the play, and it's going against New England. And there it is again. What a bad penalty after a good defensive play.
It looks like David Howard, number 99, got into a scrap with the right tackle, number 65, Jeff Dellenbach. Now, again, You can't do anything. You know, it takes a lot to get the fire burning. You don't want to throw any water on it to put it out, and that's what they're doing with these personal fouls.
Here's the call.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, number 99, knees the player in the back, 15 yards, first down.
A knee to the back, 15 yards, first down for Miami. David Howard, what are you thinking about?
Well, he's played great today. He's been everywhere making plays, but what you don't want to do is get caught in some little skirmish like that and put your team behind the 8 ball again. Here, you see him making a pretty good play, and then at the last second, Andre Tippett throws Dellenbach on top of him. He just gets into a fight.
Humphrey, no, it's Marino on the fake, and the throwback to Humphrey, but look at the play right there by the man who just committed that bad penalty on the play previous. David Howard, he was the only red shirt there.
Well, he didn't throw any more water. It was gasoline that time. He got him going again. And that's the thing. You know, you look for your guys that are on defense to be leaders and make big plays. You don't want to give them anything easy. You know, the rules are in such a manner that they give the offense every advantage. You don't want to give them anything cheap by a late flag. There, David Howard comes back and responds big with a big play on the screen.
They had Harry Galbraith out there playing Howard. He got away from him and made the play. If he doesn't make the play, then there's 4 Dolphins out in front.
A convoy.
Yeah, of that play, and he's got the sideline. It is now 2nd down and 9 for Marino. And he's got an awful lot of time. Keith Jackson, can he hang on? No. Gordon over there battling with him for the ball, and it's out of bounds anyway at the 20-yard line, incomplete.
Well, Gordon did a great job battling Jackson for the ball. Now, Keith's a big guy. You stand next to him, you think he's a defensive end, like 6'4", 245, 250. And here, Jackson has those rubber diving gloves on, those scuba gloves, and it looks like they bounced a little bit at first. He wasn't able to go ahead and snatch it back. Another view, you'll see the ball come off his hands a little bit, never able to gain control. Gordon doing a good job tying him up, keeping him from bringing it in.
Now, that's not a new pair of gloves for him. He told us yesterday that he always wears those, so he is used to playing with those. Big play again now, 3rd down and 9. Big rush by the Patriots. Almost intercepted. They threw it right into the lap of Maurice Hurst, and he couldn't hang on. It's 4th down.
You got to think Dan Marino is saying, hey, what is going on here? I can't find the guys when I need them, and then when I do find them, I can't get the ball to them. Marino, he's watching on the right side, checking the safeties. He says, all right, rotation right, I'm going left. There, just, you know, what else can you say it except just a bad throw by Dan Marino? One of the very few you'll ever see. And Dan, he knows. Oh, no.
Reggie Roby is in to punt, standing back at the 50-yard line. Walter Stanley is back deep, calls for a fair catch, and he makes it at the 9-yard line, and that's where the Patriots will begin. Still, Miami is having problems scoring points with 2:03 to go in the quarter. 2:03 to go, 3rd quarter. Don Shula needing a victory today to keep hopes alive for a home playoff game, but more importantly, an AFC Eastern Division championship. If they do not win this game against the Patriots today, they have no chance for an AFC Eastern Division title. So it wouldn't matter what Buffalo did tonight against Houston. They have the Patriots pinned in inside their own 10 at the 9-yard line. It is 13-6 New England. Miami's been held to 2 field goals. Marv Cook goes in motion. Jeff Carlson gives it off to Lockwood, and he is hit right away. Brian Cox, nice play. Got him at the 10 and brought him down. The Super Bowl, and it all begins next week with the wild card game. 2nd down. Lockwood to the 17. Tackle made by Hollier, the linebacker, and Larry Webster.
Well, I don't think it'll be very long before we see Jeff Carlson raise up and try to hit somebody downfield, because right now, Tom Olivadotti has got 8 and 9 people at the line of scrimmage. It's not that the line isn't blocking, they just don't have enough bodies to block everybody. And that's when you need to have confidence in the quarterback, raise up and throw it downfield. And these guys, they got a lot of confidence in their fortitude.
You know what's important there, though?
The brains.
They're all wearing hats.
Well, I'm proud to see that.
3rd down and 3. Carlson setting up. Better get out of there. throwing for Fryer, and he overshoots him, and Lewis Oliver was in the vicinity and could have gotten over there a little bit quicker and made an interception. But Carlson again forced to throw the ball, and for the last 3 times he has not been good throwing.
Well, you'll see the Dolphins up there banging on the receivers at the line of scrimmage. If they can just disrupt the timing just a split second, they feel like the rush can go ahead and pressure him. Exactly what happened.
Now the New England offense is shut down. Fryer, Irving Fears, the receivers coach, and Jeff Carlson trying to get in sync on the Patriots sideline as they go 3 and out here with McCarthy punting now from his 1. Miller lets it hit at the 49. A sideway bounce to the 48. Great field position for the Dolphins, who need a touchdown to tie the game up. 25 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll be right back. The Patriots continue to lead. Miami has the ball now at the New England 49-yard line. They have had the ball, the Dolphins have, really for the entire 3rd quarter so far, but look at what they have done with it. Nothing, really, just 3.
Well, again, you know, you think of Don Shula. He wants to get his team on a crescendo going into the playoffs, building confidence. They have done nothing but struggle on offense today, and you know he's got to be worried not only about today, but what happens next week in the playoffs.
Just 25 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. Marino playing on short field now, throwing for Clayton with Hurst right there with him. Good coverage, incomplete.
Again, you know, if I'm the coordinator on defense, Joe Collier, I've got to say, hey, the last 5 times we've had these guys in first down, they've thrown the ball there. They went ahead and put everybody in a good soft zone with some isolation out here on Clayton. That's a great defensive call. They did not bite on the little hitch. It was stride for stride. Marino had no choice but to overthrow. Good coverage there by the cornerback, Maurice Hurst,
who said yesterday to us that of the 2 receivers, Duper and Clayton, Clayton is the talker, Duper's the silent one, but both very good.
He also said they're not as good as they were a while back, but who is when they're in their 30s?
2nd and 10. 19 seconds to go, 3rd quarter. The quick throw by Marino. That's going to be picked off by Maurice Hurst.
He can get up and go.
In his first NFL game, he played against Dan Marino, and he intercepted him. And now here today, he intercepts him at a very key juncture in this game. 12 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Marino is intercepted, and the Dolphins still trail.
Well, it may have been the case where Dan Marino went to the well once too often. Last week, they run the same quick slant here. Clayton breaks a tackle, goes for a 44-yard TD. This week, he's a little bit off, not able to come out of the cut as quick. Maurice Hurst makes a great break on the ball, intercepts Marino. See the frustration all over Dan's face.
16th interception of the season for Marino. Hurst made a nice catch. He was kind of going down a little bit. 3rd of the year for him. And a first down for the Patriots now at their own 41-yard line. 10 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter as Lockwood has been the back getting most of the carries today. He's out to the 44-yard line, and that will do it for quarter number 3. And the Miami Dolphins will head to the 4th, trailing. 13-6 is the score. The Dolphins trail. We'll be right back now after these messages from your local station. 15 minutes left. The Patriots lead 13-6. Dan Hampton just said to these folks, hot chocolate for the house.
That's why they got up off the seats.
Yeah. Nice crowd today for a team that's only won a couple of ball games, and they're having a great time. The Patriots have put on a fine show today. Lockwood with a blocker out in front. He'll get a first down. Kevin Turner led the corner for him, and a first down for New England.
The old Pitts play. It doesn't take an offensive genius to figure out how to block this. You get your big guys zone blocking outside, you pitch it to a back and let him turn up the field and run over a safety. That's exactly what happened. Let's watch number 34 out in front, blocking ahead of him, Kevin Turner, doing a good job on a kick out. There, Lockwood gets some great yardage just on a play that was designed 4,000 years ago.
85 yards rushing today for Lockwood. They might have found something here today. 45-yard line of the Dolphins. If New England scores some more points here, Miami's really in a pickle. Go back to Lockwood again. You see, not only is he being effective running the ball and getting some yardage each time, but now he's working on the clock a little bit too.
And I think you can see the offensive line gain confidence with every carry. You know, this offensive line has been maligned by the media, by the press, because by the time they were ready to go, they had some injuries, some people moving around. They've lost Armstrong, their left tackle, a Pro Bowler. They had to move Harlow from the right side over. Then Eugene Chung, a rookie, had to start it. I mean, they've had all kinds of changes in the lineup, and now they are actually playing real good football, and now all the quarterbacks are beat up. So it's just been a misfortunate year, but it's great to see the guys play so well at the end of the season.
Second down. Lockwood gives it back. This is McMurtry. Tripped up. Nice tackle by Brian Cox. But a fun play to watch.
You know, a reverse is a great play when you've got a good track, but when it takes so long to come back around, and you've got to have good footing. There, McMurtry probably would have had a great gain, but it takes him so long to turn the corner here. You'll see him start gathering. Cox is blocked, but he can't make a sharp enough cut to get back, so that's why you have to worry about the conditions when you call those type of plays. Here, Cox staying at home. And that's what a great football player is supposed to do. Do your job first. Don't worry about everybody else. And when you get yours done, go find them and help them and be in a bad mood when you get there.
Third down now, 3rd and 6. They put Carlson in a position where he must throw. He wants to get out of there. And he is going to dive and be very close to a first down. Hollier got him down by the ankles, and Carlson dove forward. But that spot where they have the ball right now, they are short of a first down. It is 4th down. Crowd wants them to go for it. I do not see a punter coming in yet.
I think McPherson said, hey, there's nothing left in the bag. We're going to lay it all out here. It's the 4th quarter. We're leading the Miami Dolphins, trying to knock those guys around a little bit. Hey, I'm going to give it to my guys and let them try to make the first down and gain some pride and maybe build for next year off this one series.
So Coach Mack, and he would make the decision on this play. He told us yesterday, 4th down, I'll be making the call. And I think he has made the call to go for it. And now his quarterback has made the call to call a timeout. And he says, what's the matter? What's the matter? What are you coming over here for?
You know, I don't know if they got the most fortunate spot of the day for Jeff Carlson, the quarterback, as he scrambled there. It looks like he was well across the line. I'm not sure.
Well, they'll talk it over on the sideline. And Carlson, and that's the backup quarterback, Lee Saltz, they need about a yard. Even probably just about a half yard, actually, as they spot it at the 35-yard line. They have to get right inside the 35. They are playing for pride today.
It's not very far at all. The length of a popsicle.
Which is not hard to find here today.
You wouldn't melt.
Tom Olivadotti.
You know,
sunglasses on. That's the defensive coordinator of the Dolphins. He needs a big play. They are, you know, just about 3 minutes into quarter number 4, and time starting to get thin on them as they're down by 7.
Well, again, you've got to think that the Miami Dolphins are shocked, virtually shocked, because they are behind. They had every indication of coming in here that they'd have a team lay down. They're fighting for their lives.
Turner and Gash are the backs. Carlson keeps it, lunges up over the pack, and the crowd thinks he has the first down. Dan Hampton thinks he has the first down. The PA announcer just gave him a first down, but I haven't seen the referee. Now, there's the first down.
Again, the Miami Dolphins are a small, active group, mainly fueled by the play of their linebackers. They don't have those big meat men in the middle. That was a smart call to go for the sneak. Here you'll see Chuck Kleinbell right in the middle. He's not that big. He's only about 260. Pretty good surge by the middle there, starting with the center, Chilton, the 2 guards, Larry Williams and Cal Stevens, did a good job just knocking him back off the ball.
So it's a first down. We're at 11:38 remaining in regulation time. The Patriots lead by 7. They're in Miami territory and deep, and it's Lockwood, and he fumbles. Loose ball. Popped up in the air. Still no indication who's got it as they continue to fight for it underneath. Miami not pointing that they have it yet. But Lockwood separated in midair from the football. Now the Dolphins say they have it.
Well, again, as I stated early in the third quarter, if they're going to get back in it, their defense needs to make a big play. It looks like one of the linebackers rocked Lockwood and knocked the ball out. If they do indeed get it back, it'll be a big break because New England was driving right down the field.
All right, it is first down, and it is Miami ball. Dolphins get a big break. They needed a turnover, and they finally get it. Let's see what they can do with it.
Here we'll see Lockwood trying to make something happen. Here he's cutting back, and then John Grimsley unloads on him. Just puts the stun gun on him, knocks the ball out, Dolphin ball.
After a considerable battle in there to come out with the football, Miami did. They have the first down. They are down by 7. We have 11:20 to go. They find Keith Jackson. He gets loose and gets some extra yardage. A first down up near the 50-yard line. He's at the 47. First down, Miami.
Dan Marino knows that is when, of course, most defenses expect run, catch them off balance, maybe catch somebody out there, get them the ball, see what they can do. Here, Keith Jackson shows a little nifty ballerina act on the sideline.
First down at the Miami 47-yard line. Page and Humphrey set up behind Marino. Andre Tippett had some pressure there, almost intercepted. Great play by Henderson to cut in front of the receiver, Mark Clayton, as Tippett was coming after Marino and might have rushed the throw.
Again, Tippett forces a throw that's a little bit high. Here, Henderson making a great play on the ball, just inches away from a pick. You know, and that's the thing. Dan Marino has not been in sync all day with the receivers. He hasn't been able to get that timing because the field has been so slick and unpredictable.
3 interceptions on the year for Henderson, the team lead. Hurst has an interception today, and it is 2nd and 10 now. Miami needs a touchdown to tie it. A lot of time out of the backfield. Ball is caught by Bobby Humphrey. Tackle on the play by the rookie Rod Smith out of Notre Dame. And they are in New England territory now at the Patriot 48-yard line, but they'll have 3rd down and about 6.
Rod Smith wind up at the top of the picture there in a strong safety position, just locked up on Humphrey, taking away the big game, making a sure tackle.
A Miami win today guarantees them a home playoff game. In most scenarios, even if they lose, they could end up with a home playoff game. But a Miami loss today, things become a little bit in question, but they definitely could not win the division title. 3rd and 6. Incomplete, intended for Duper. Hurst was right there.
Again, Joe Collier had his corners up on the line, bump and run on those receivers, keeping them from getting off clean, making Dan Marino hold the ball, make a decision. By then it was too late. Great coverage. You see him up there in a press position, taking time off, buying time for that rush. Marino here, the last second, tries to go on the out, unable to get it out there cleanly enough to make the catch by Duper.
So back to the sideline for Dan Marino with 10:05 to go. Reggie Roby again mishits one. It hits at the 20, and Walter Stanley will pick it up. If he gets to the corner, he's got some blocking. And he did, but he kind of fiddled around too much, and he stopped at the 21-yard line, tackled by David Griggs. Roby had a 1-yard punt today, and now a 33-yard punt. Patriots ball when we come back. All right, he looks like a caged animal on the sideline, Don Shula. They are losing with 9:52 to go. Now, how does it figure into the playoff equation? A Miami win plus a Buffalo loss, they win the AFC East. If Buffalo and Pittsburgh loses, home field advantage all the way through. If Buffalo or Pittsburgh win, they would at least get home game in the first round of the playoffs. But if Miami loses, which they are right now, the best that we could guarantee them is a wild card playoff spot. And they are losing with 9:52 left. Lockwood, who fumbled on his last carry, pushes and pushes. It looked like a play out of the rugby playbook right there onto the 25-yard line. Good scrum. Good scrum.
Yeah, Boston Whalers advantage. You know, I think this Lockwood has become a very big part of today's story. You know, early on, John Vaughn got the start, fumbled on the initial play of the game. Ever since then, Lockwood's been in. He's responded, 21 carries, 89 yards, probably another 4 there. Now, you know, here's a rookie, 8th-round pick. You don't expect a lot, but here he is giving a great effort, inspiring his team on. He's been a big part of the game today.
Miami, everybody up on the line of scrimmage to try and get Lockwood. They miss a tackle in the backfield, and he'll push it forward to the 29. The man who raced up was Jarvis Williams, and he tried to cut in there and nail Lockwood and missed the tackle.
Well, Lockwood was known as a very punishing inside runner. He's around 200 pounds, but I think he's surprised a lot of people by getting out on the flanks and making some good moves and you know, making people miss. A lot of folks didn't know he had that in him.
He'll come out right now. They'll bring in John Stevens as he is near 100 yards, 6 shy. And with 8:35 and the clock running, New England has what it wants, the clock running and the lead. But Tom Olivadotti needs a big play here for the Miami defense because they have Carlson in a throwing situation on 3rd and 4, and he's had a tough time in the second half completing passes. So that's why they'll run it, and Stevens should get the first down here. And he does. That was the same play, Dan, that they ran for 16 yards that set up their touchdown when he ran it to the 1 in the first half.
Pat Harlow, the left tackle, had a great block there. He influenced him up on the left of the screen. Watch number 77. He gets him coming upfield. Then he goes and gets the headhunter. Brian Cox ties him up. Now, Cox is supposed to scrape around there and be there to force. Harlow doing a great job for a 285-pound man, getting off the line of scrimmage and screening off the linebacker Cox. Now, see, Cox is supposed to be unblocked with his quickness here. Harlow doing a great job getting into him, tying him up.
And a big first down now with 7 minutes and 35 seconds and the clock running. First down pass. How about this? And it is almost intercepted.
Well, I think it's very wise to go ahead and try to throw the ball. You know, if you're a New England fan, you hope that your guys do something, you know, intelligent here and there and try to get the ball, you know, get those safeties off the line of scrimmage. But instead of going on an 18-yard in pattern, throw a 7-yard out. Throw a little swing to the back. Those are the things that keep the chains moving, keeps the clock going. Those kind of patterns, a lot of times, there's 2 things that can happen, and most of them are bad.
J.B. Brown almost ruined the day back for Dick McPherson as Carlson threw it in. He threw it out. The receiver was going in. 2nd down. Nice run by Lockwood as he skips out to the 40-yard line.
Jeez, this guy's doing an impersonation of O.J. Simpson.
Now, this is your kind of guy, though. Look at that. No sleeves on the underneath the jersey.
Well, you look at the Dolphins. They've all got their arms covered up. Almost all of the New England players were out here sleeveless. They say, hey, we know we got to play in it. We're not going to let it affect us. You know, we're playing the Dolphins, not the Termins. I'm freezing up. You know, they can't worry about the weather. They've got to play the Dolphins, not the temperature.
Well, when we came into today, we were wondering about Mark Higgs and would he get 108 yards, but not mentioning into our conversation was whether Lockwood would rush for 100 yards, and he now has 101, so he's been the star of the day as Carlson is hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. He tried to get it to Marv Cook, and it's 4th down, so Miami will get the ball back with 6:44 left. And there, right there, is David Griggs, who was in on Carlson.
Well, anytime New England has tried to stretch the ball down the field, they really haven't gotten the job done. I think if they would have tried some shorter passes first down, it would have been easier to keep the offense moving.
Sean McCarthy, this will be his 5th punt. And Scott Miller is the deep man back at the Miami 20-yard line. The Dolphins trail 13-6. Good punt by McCarthy. At the 22. The 25, and that's it. Miller is wrapped up. Rod Smith makes the tackle for the Patriots. Well, now's the time for Dan Marino to get the Miami offense into the end zone because it's getting late. Jim Donovan and Dan Hampton with you. 6:35 left, regulation time. Miami starts this drive at their own 25-yard line. The Patriot defense has been tremendous all day long. Bobby Humphrey runs out to the 29-yard line. So a pickup of 4, 2nd down at 6, and the clock running on Miami. Now the second half possessions, and Miami, Dan, virtually had the ball the entire 3rd quarter, and not too much here in the 4th, but here's what they have done so far in the second half.
Well, the real key is the fact that Dan Marino has been taken out of his timing pattern offense. They have been able to cover up the receivers, disrupt his timing. Dan has not been sharp at all finding the guys to throw it to.
On second down, he looks, fires, caught, duper, both feet down and in, they say, and a first down to the 44-yard line. That was a good-looking play.
Good timing. Dan knew where to go. Makes a good throw. Another reason the offensive struggle is that they have not been able to keep that ground game going. You know, when you get in the cold weather environments, you want to keep the ground game going and kind of live off of it. Today, they've had to keep throwing the ball, and a lot of times they shoot themselves in the foot and turn the ball over.
So it's first down at the 43 of Miami. A lot of time, so he dumps it off to Bobby Humphrey, who got a great block from Keith Jackson. Humphrey goes out at the 40-yard line, or was it too good of a block? There are flags all over the field. 17 yards on the play.
Well, here we're going to get a good look at Keith Jackson, number 88, come back and help his buddy out, Bobby Humphries. On the right of your screen, now watch this. On David Howard, it looks like a clean block. Even though his head was behind him, he hit him on the shoulder pad. Now, that should be legal. I think they're going to call defensive holding on the other side of the field. Looks to be what it is.
Holding. 36. Defense. The penalty is declined. They will take the result of the play. First down.
Well, they're going to decline that, but here, when Marino gets into trouble, Jerome Henderson, number 36, is just he missed him on the jam. There, he just tried to body wrap him up. Got caught.
Dolphins right there now at the New England 40-yard line, and a first down. Bobby Humphrey, Johnny Rembert, and Henderson get him at the 39-yard line.
Great job by number 52, Johnny Rembert, scraping down the line, not committing, not getting up in there until it's time, then wrapping up Humphrey.
Dan, this almost has to be the drive now for Miami. We're under 5 minutes. This has got to be the one.
Well, again, I think that when Marino has time and he goes and the receivers run the crisp patterns, he's been able to operate. But now they're getting down into the slick end of the field. Receivers won't be able to make those crisp cuts. It's going to affect Dan's timing.
Second down and 8. He's in the shotgun. He's been in it a lot today.
Got a blitz coming right up.
Incomplete. It was tipped by Randy Robbins. There was a lot of activity in the pocket, and Marino almost really threw the ball blind over the middle of the field. Jackson arguing that he was being held.
Well, he had a couple of linebackers coming up right up the middle. Now that's 52, Rembert, basically running over Humphrey, smashing him back into Dan's lap.
Third down and 8.
I think you're in 4-down territory.
I was just going to say, are you in 4-down territory here?
Yes. Dan realizes he has 2 downs to make the 8 yards instead of 1.
4 wide receivers with Jackson as a wide receiver. On third and 8, a corner blitz. Great catch by Martin. First down Miami at the 27-yard line. They had Rod Smith coming on a corner blitz. Marino got the ball off to Martin for a first down.
Looks like the center, Ulenek, gets outside. We will look at that in a minute. This is just a simple square-out pattern. Marino, like I said, when he has time, the receivers can run the proper pattern. He gets it to them.
The ball is at the 27-yard line. 4 minutes and 22 seconds left. Miami driving for what could be the tying score. They trail 13-6. It's a run to Bobby Humphrey. And it's a good run up near the 20-yard line. Henderson and Agnew tackle. He'll be 3 yards shy of a first down on second down and 3.
Well, now you're looking at that New England front. They're starting to get wore down. Miami's had the ball almost the entire second half. They're running that long trap play, turning it up there, letting a big back like Bobby Humphrey rip through those arm tackles. It's worked pretty well a couple of times. I think we're going to see it an awful lot the rest of the game.
Miami has all of their timeouts left. They trail by 7, second and 3 at the 20. A draw play, Bobby Humphrey, first down to the 15, 10, 5, 2. First and goal, Dolphins. 18-yard run by Humphrey.
Again, the front seven of the Patriots has been ground down. They're wore down. Now watch how many arm tackles. They're getting tied up. They're not getting off their blocks. Now here, guys not wrapping up with those arms. Humphrey just keep churning, bringing it on down close to pay dirt.
First and goal, Miami at the 1-yard line. 3:02 to go. Humphrey scores, touchdown. We want to welcome all of you who have been watching Kansas City and Denver today, with Kansas City getting into the playoffs with their 35-13 win over Denver. Jim Donovan and Dan Hampton. That's Bobby Humphrey and Don Shula. They are now a point away from tying up this ball game against the 2-13 Patriots. It's 13-12, and it has been a struggle all day for Miami.
Well, Miami able to go ahead and grind the ball down close to the end zone. Mark Higgs injured early on. Bobby Humphrey able to carry the load, getting them into the end zone.
Remember, Stoyanovich missed an extra point last week against the Jets. But not today. This ball game is tied with 2:53 left in regulation time. 13-13. The Dolphins were down 13-3.
Goal line defense. Who's the biggest fight? Who has the biggest fight in the dog? Here they run the isolation pattern. There, Tony Pace does a great job head-to-head blocking on number 52, Johnny Rimberg. Again, offensive line just try to cut the defensive line down, create a gap, then send that lead blocker in there to take the linebacker out. Humphrey able to fall in for the touch. Watch number 52 in the center of your screen. Take on Tony Page. Now, Page is a load. You see him stand up, Rimbert, but able to create enough of a gap for Humphrey to squeeze through.
Now, if you're wondering why is Bobby Humphrey in there and where's Mark Higgs? Well, the reason 44 is running the ball today is that early in this game, Higgs, who came into the game needing 108 yards, rushing to hit 1,000 for the year, sprained his knee and has not returned. And Humphrey has come in and done a great job filling in, topping it off with a good touchdown run there to tie this game at 13.
Well, that's a great thing about having the depth of a Bobby Humphrey. They can do it all. Now, this is the play that set them up down close to the goal line. Here, it's just basically a sprint draw, get the defensive line engaged by the offensive line, and then let a big, talented back like Humphrey create his own run. They're running through a bunch of tackles, getting down close.
So Don Shula is even now at 13 with the Patriots. It's taken pretty much the entire second half to get there. You got a field goal in the third quarter, the touchdown here in the fourth. The offense has stumbled all day long, but Marino finally got them in. And Stoyanovich to kick away with 2:53 left. The timeout situation. New England will have 2 when they get the ball back. Miami has all 3. That's Scott Lockwood, 40, John Vaughn, 24. Vaughn started the game at tailback, but on the first play of the game, fumbled the ball away, leading to a Miami field goal, and has since not returned to the lineup. Lockwood has over 100 yards rushing. Let's see how he returns kickoffs. To the 31. That's where New England begins.
He's pretty good.
That's Jeff Carlson, ready to come in, making his 3rd career start, his 2nd start as a member of the Patriots. He's done a workmanlike job today. Now, the playoff scenario for you. The equation goes, if Miami wins, plus a Buffalo loss in Houston tonight, the Dolphins win the AFC East. If Buffalo and Pittsburgh lose with Miami winning, the Dolphins would be the best in the AFC and get home field throughout. If Buffalo or Pittsburgh win, the Dolphins are assured at least of a home playoff game. But if Miami loses, the best they can be is guaranteed of a wild card berth. And now they're tied with New England. Lockwood to the 40 and near a first down.
Now remember, this is a Dolphin team that started the season 6-0, and since then has struggled at times, mainly on offense, trying to score. Now today, they've scored 13 points. It took them 57 minutes to do that. And also, they're playing in sub-freezing weather. It's somewhere around 0 wind chill. They're 2 out of 8 when they play in games under 28 degrees. We can't stress that enough. It's been a big factor today.
So you see Pittsburgh has won today as we go through the scores. Barry Foster playing with a bad back, but he got in there today and carried them to a victory. Kansas City wins today. And they finally get rid of that John Elway curse as they came up with a big defensive game. And Don Shula's Dolphins now are trying to complete some part of the puzzle too, but are tied coming up near the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and inches for New England.
Well, I think this is a throwaway down. It'd be nice to see him play action and try to get the ball down the field.
They'll play it safe. 1st down. Lockwood runs it out to the 45-yard line as we come up to 2 minutes remaining in regulation time, and the Patriots are getting closer and closer to field goal range. Great game, 13-13. We'll be right back. McMurtry goes in motion. The wide receivers haven't been used much today. Lockwood with a good block out in front there by Cal Stevens brings it out near the 49-yard line.
Now they need about 25 yards to get into Bauman's range, and it looks like they're going to do it on this play.
2nd down and 8. Oh, it goes back to Lockwood, and right there, big tackle on the play as the tackle made by Jeff Cross. He met Lockwood behind the line of scrimmage, and they drop back to the 49-yard line.
Here, they're trying to do a little sprint draw. Offensive line pops up, hopefully thinking those defensive guys will come up the field and rush. Nothing doing.
Now,
right there, Jeff Cross, the defensive tackle, sniffed that out early. But, you know, like I said, they're going to have to throw the ball out.
Stoyanovich held out at one point in his Dolphin career. 3rd down and 6. Carlson throws. Did Timpson have it? They're saying it's a completed pass at the 41-yard line. 1st down, Patriots. Don Shula looking and calling over to see if they got the ball back, which is doubtful right now in the remainder of regulation time, as he calls over his on the bench, and I think he's talking with Marino right there. He's all caped up as to what they would do if they got it back. 1st and 10 for the Patriots. Tie game, regulation time. Carlson throws again, and he's got it at the 27-yard line. It's Fryer.
Well, that there would make it a 44-yard kick. Bauman has kicked that already.
But it's a tough wind he would be kicking into here in Foxborough. They're going to dunk it down on the ground as they spike it with 21 seconds left. And you know what? You have to wonder why he would have done that at that point. 2nd down and 10. He's going to throw again. Looking. McMurtry cannot pull it down inside the 10-yard line at the 6. With 16 seconds left, it will be 3rd down and 10 for Carlson.
Gutty call, Gutty throw. Carlson hung the ball up in a great spot, hoping McMurtry could go up and get it, but a pretty good defensive play there.
Boy, here's a guy that has been running the ball all day, but he's come out here and he's been throwing it.
Well, you know, late in the game, he's going right at the rookie Troy Vincent there. Vincent doing a great job mirroring McMurtry, but not committed.
Could be Bauman's chance real soon as he gets warmed up. Cook goes in motion to tight end. He'll throw again. Oh, he took a sack and takes them right out of field goal range at the 39-yard line with 10 seconds left. 12-yard loss at the worst possible time.
Chuck Klingbeil finally gets to him. And again, indecision, unable to pull the trigger, retreats a little bit more. He can't believe it himself.
You know what? It looks like he doesn't know what to do right now. 5 seconds left as they started the clock on him again. They reset everything and started the clock, and they lost 5 more seconds. Now you've got 4th down, and they are out of timeouts. So they just have to go down the field and shoot it into the end zone here and try and win it by touchdown and just throw it down by there and hope at least that they could get a pass interference penalty and set up for a field goal.
Well, again, you know, he thought on the play before when he made that gutty throw out there on the sideline that, you know, I thought that would be the last time they try to stretch the field. Here he's trying to go very deep. Takes a long time to develop. Finally, the rush gets him and brings him down.
So from where they snapped the ball just before that sack, seconds away from overtime.
Well, obviously the Dolphins in a prevent defense. They got 3 guys across the 10 5-yard line area. They won't let anything get behind them.
Carlson looking for Fryer. And it is knocked down in the end zone, and that is the end of regulation time. The Patriots and Dolphins are tied at 13, and for the first time today, We hear boos. They didn't like the way that situation was handled by the Patriot quarterback.
Well, again, all day long, New England had put itself in pretty good position to win this game. Then there at the end, when they had the ball down inside where Bama could have very easily had a great chance of making a 44-yarder to, he's already kicked one that long this year, and they back themselves right back out, shoot themselves in the foot, and give Miami all the momentum.
Well, it would have been a tough kick, but at least you would have given them the chance to kick it. Now, the way it happened, they didn't even get a chance to kick it.
You see right there, McPherson saying, hey, no matter what, just get...
You're thinking you're going to call it. We'll have the coin toss and then a 3-minute delay, and then we'll have the kickoff. You're going to call it?
3-minute delay after the coin flip.
I say we're going to have the coin toss, then a 3-minute delay, and then we'll have your kickoff.
13 time.
Heads it is. New England is one. You want to receive?
Patriot ball.
You want to kick that way.
They
Okay.
call tails, and the Patriots
New England is one
get
to
it
toss.
as it was heads.
Elected to receive.
All right, New England has the ball, and we will come back here to Foxborough. We're at 13-13 on the final Sunday of the regular season, back with overtime after this. 10-1. The Patriots are 5-10. Dick McPherson is back on the sideline. That's Joe Collier behind him, hoping that his defense has enough left. You wonder if they have anything left in their tank, but they won't have to worry right off the kickoff. They'll get the ball.
Well, they're going to get the ball, and I think if New England
had a chance to kick it after the 12-yard sack. John Vaughn lets it go to Scott Lockwood. New England at the 5 starts out. Lockwood is hit at the 20. First and 10 for the Patriots, just out over their own 20-yard.
throw the ball when he gets a chance. If not, just hand it off to Lockwood and let him carry the offense.
6 weeks ago, he was a color commentator doing high school games down in Tampa, Florida on TV. Now he's in overtime against the Miami Dolphins. And he hands the ball off to Lockwood, who got a yard on first down. That's McMurtry in motion. Lockwood wrapped up. Griggs hit him and knocked him down along with Brian Cox. And the Dolphins seem to know, Dan, that they don't want that. New England's not going to put it up here. They got everybody up on the line of scrimmage.
Exactly. 9-man front. There's not enough red shirts to block the white shirts. Doesn't take a genius to figure out.
3rd and 6 now for him. It's caught by Timpson, but not enough for the first down. As J.B. Brown was right on Timpson, and New England must punt, which you hate to do in overtime. 3 plays and out.
Well, you got to give credit to the offensive line. They did a great job protecting him.
Miller is back to handle McCarthy's punt. Not a great punt. It hits at the 40, but he got a good bounce, and then Miller decides to field it, which was very dangerous, and gets hit at the 34-yard line. Dion Lambert is down there along with Sam Gash on the coverage. It was a 39-yard punt, which was aided a great deal by a roll there. And now Dan Marino joins the huddle. And let's watch and see what he can do with this Dolphin offense. So we're in overtime, 12:35 left. Dolphins and Patriots, 13-13. Marino, Bobby Humphrey for the 46. First down, Dolphins.
Well, again, I thought if New England had a chance to win this game in overtime, they would have to do it the first possession because their defense has been on the field all day. They're wore down, they're tired. A lot of times you'll see those guys, they're going back to the huddle, hands on their hips. Marino at the controls is going to go ahead and throw the ball on first down and just keep moving the chains till they get in position to either score the touch or Stoyanovich kick the winning field goal.
First down, Miami. Clayton racing in motion. Bobby Humphrey by the run into New England territory. Almost the type of hit there that you could have seen a fumble. Almost the way that he turned, it looked as though he might lose the ball as Edwards made the hit on him.
Well, that's really the only thing I think will win this game for New England is that they do get the ball back before Miami moves it down. There you see Edwards coming in at the last second, head right on the ball, almost knocking it loose. And again, temperatures around 0, wind chill. Great job by Humphrey holding on to that football.
Well, Miami is definitely moving towards a potential game-winning field goal. Ball is at the 48-yard line, second down. Marino to Page. Rembert must bring him down because he had a lot of room, and he's to the Patriot 36-yard line, and another Dolphin first down. 10-yard pickup, and the momentum has completely shifted in this game.
Well, if you're a New England fan, I think you had to realize that they had one shot. It was that last set of downs, and Carlson should have tried it if they don't.
First down, Miami. Humphrey the run. Pushes forward inside the 35. Bradley down deep. Pretty good pressure by the Patriots. The throw and the catch. Duper catches at the 23-yard line. And they are in field goal range. Boy, there was a lot of traffic over here, wasn't there?
Well, there was. Marino making sure that he gave his receiver enough time to get down the field and run the square out. Early on, he was throwing the ball a little bit early. There, his line gave him enough time to let the pattern mature, able to get the ball out there to him.
Waiting for the call, Stoyanovich with the jacket on the sideline. The ball inside the New England 25-yard line.
He's going to throw it.
Clayton looks puzzled over there on the top of the screen as to what the play is, and they have to, wow, look at this. Clayton and Marino really hot with each other. And they'll take a 5-yard penalty for delay of game as they didn't get the play called. He was changing the play, then Clayton didn't get the play, and that forced them to take the penalty.
Well, it looked like there was 9 guys at the line of scrimmage. 8 guys. Marino wanted to opt for Clayton to run a quick slant. Apparently, Clayton didn't get the call. Clock expired.
Yeah, big play now. They're back at the 28-yard line. Would make it a 45-yard field goal from here. But it's first down and 15 with 9:09 to go in overtime. Humphrey and Page now break out of the eye. Humphrey the run, and a good run. New England tackling high, trying to strip him of the ball. Randy Robbins.
2 hours, it will be very, very slick.
Second down 8. Back they go to Humphrey. And he's to the 19, maybe even the 18-yard line, where Fred Smerlis tackles him. Where Stoyanovich wants the ball, where he wants to kick it from.
Very possibly.
I think that is what he went over there to do, to see what hash mark he wants to kick it from.
Wherever the best footing is, probably.
Humphrey towards the middle of the field, and this now becomes game, set, and match if Stoyanovich can hit.
Well, coming into the game, Don Shula said, hey, not only do we want to win, but I want to gain some confidence. His team has struggled, has clawed, has fought their way back into this game. Even though they haven't done it on offense, I think you gain an awful lot of confidence playing in these type of cold temperatures and your team able to come back and win if he indeed kicks his field goal.
35-yard field goal attempt for Stoyanovich. Mitchell will hold. This is for the game. 13-13 tie. 6:52 left in overtime.
Watch his plant foot.
Right down the middle. Miami is a winner. Down at 1 point, 13-3. They come back, and Don Shula gets his 300th regular season victory. Goes over and wishes Dick McPherson well. His team coming in with 2 wins. They played very well. This guarantees them a home field playoff game, and it still keeps them in the race for the AFC Eastern Division Championship, pending what happens between Buffalo and Houston tonight. Good comeback by Shula's Dolphins today because they had a tough afternoon, a long afternoon, but they win it on a 35-yard field goal down the middle by the man who's the most accurate in the NFL, Pete Stoyanovich. 16-13, the Dolphins win in overtime. They're home for the playoffs. For Dan Hampton, Jim Donovan, so long.